stores have to purchase the product so that they host the event of a super
Yeah.
pre-release where people come to the store, they buy the starter decks at the store, and then like they play an event against each other. That's the way that they're supposed to be ran. So yeah, you can't directly buy from the website, which really sucks.
So I gotta go to the store and buy it.
Yeah, but only if the store is like willing to stock it. So
Oh, that's whack, bro. Nowhere, no place in New York is gonna buy this shit.
yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I hope that they release a list of like stores that actually stock it, so you can like
I
see.
know
Yeah, that's fine. Call
I
them.
know our local card shop, like one of them that my
Mhm.
friend he goes to a lot, is like doing a full pre-release like night for it.
Oh
Oh,
hell
nice.
yeah!
So I was like,
I can't wait to.
I don't want to buy it, but at the same time, like if they're gonna do a whole thing, like I might have to pull up.
Show
Yeah,
'em who's boss.
I gotta call my local Target.
Hey,
Be
I
like,
know One
yo,
Piece, man.
Luffy,
gotta,
yo.
gotta call these guys. Yo, do you got the Animal Kingdom Pirate starter deck?
Oh my days, get this guy out of here. Hey,
Animal
boss. Hey,
Kingdom.
friend. You got the Animal Kingdom starter deck, bro? Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Well, actually, if I could get these, I don't mind buying them because they're only $12. That's not that bad. I'd buy all 4 of them.
I've got the Japanese ones coming.
This guy. Fucking weeb.
And I've got
Let's
the
go.
Japanese booster box, which I'll open up as well. I'm excited to see what it's all about.
Did you upload
'Cause
to
I
the
think it-
TCG channel yet?
I haven't yet. I haven't had time to edit the Pokemon video, but yeah, I'll have one up probably today or tomorrow.
Let's go.
Good. Yeah. And I bought a whole case of the next Flesh and Blood booster set as well.
Ooh.
So yeah, we'll have like heaps of shit to open. I think it comes out 24th of June.
What's the name of the new Pokemon set?
Astral Radiance.
Yeah, my friend is into Pokemon. Like, he's fucked. Like, he's so sucked in right now. He bought he bought a case, like six boxes,
Holy.
and then he bought 4 more boxes and then 2 ETBs.
Oh.
And we literally last night we just like we were there till like 2 a.m. just opening cards, like because him and his girlfriend both do it. They both like play. At least like he plays, but they both collect. And then like like she left, and then we're like, all right, now time to open his cards. So like we're like banging out cards.
Oh, fuck.
And we got like what is it, like the Dialga, the Primal Dialga alternate art, whatever it is.
Oh, nice.
And that shit was fun. He was like,
Hell
yeah, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know what this means, but cool, man. Like, I'm gassed. Like,
That's sick.
but it was like, it's fun, bro. The saddest, like, I don't know, man. Like, opening cardboard for like 3 hours is fun. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so addictive.
I mean, it's basically gambling.
It's literally gacha. Like we're out here gachaing right now. So it's fun for sure. I enjoy
Escape
it.
the gacha, baby.
You can never escape the gacha. Life itself is gacha. You know it's not gacha though.
What is it?
Another episode of GGP, because they're always consistent.
Ooh.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 68. I'm lost today.
Yes, it is 68.
Episode 68 of GGP. You got the usual suspects. Everyone's back for some fun. Flame, Knight, Todd, and myself. I'm actually still doing the questions, as a matter of fact, while we're chatting. But non-OPTC ep today.
Indeed.
Which is always exciting for everyone. We love these eps, and you know, you guys have been showing some. I just want to start. Fuck, man, GGP support recently, mental. Like I've like I don't know what happened in everyone's brains, but like we are banging views out. We are doing excessively well at the moment, and you know, we have to obviously first and foremost thank everyone that's listening, because without your support, we wouldn't have this crazy level of analytical success, I will say. But you know, the views have been insane. I mean, shout out to everyone that listened to the Yannicka ep. That shit got 3.1 thousand views in 2 weeks, which is a lot for us as well, which has been incredible in itself. 83 subs, and we're almost at 2,500 subs, which is the goal for the end of this year, which has also been ridiculous itself. So I think, you know, it's very important to first and foremost thank everyone that's been supporting the channel.
Whew. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. That's awesome. I didn't actually realize that it was doing that well.
It's, I mean,
That's
like
awesome.
13,500 views this month, which is just like for GGP, that's
Moves.
bonkers. That's
You guys are great.
We're getting breaded up. We are. I'll actually give a little like sneak peek to the audience. We are in the initial starts of the talks of getting an intro made for ourselves. So for those that are listening that are either involved in animation or they have experience or they have friends that have experience, get in touch with us or get in touch with me or whatever, like one of us from the pod or the at GGB podcast on Twitter. Let us know if you have some animation experience, because we want to get like a nice little intro made for the show. So if you have that experience, by all means, let us know, and you know we can organize something or we can sort something out. And then that'd be really fun for us as well. But what do you guys want to chat about today? What's on everyone's mind at the moment?
Yeah, how about we just ask how everyone's going? What's everyone been up to?
All right,
You know,
Flames made his comeback on YouTube. That was exciting. What was the? Tell me about that, Flame. What was the whole point of that? What brought that upon? What was the decision behind it? Let us know.
All right. So I forgot what actually sparked it, but I was doing something, and when I finished, I was just like, you know what? Honestly, I want to start making videos again, like for real this time. um I'm not really sure if I'm gonna be doing as much gotcha stuff as I, originally did. If I do, I might just make a separate channel for it because I want to like do other stuff on my main channel.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be unfortunately, I think I mentioned this last week, but I got into some figures. I actually have my first figure. My
This
first
guy.
figure is coming June 1st. So
Nice.
I gotta actually Amazon Prime some shit so I can get ready to record a video. but, but yeah, I'm gonna be making videos on my figures whenever I get those every so often. Whenever I unbox shit, so like when we get those the One Piece cards that we were talking about a little bit earlier,
Yep.
definitely do those too. We're gonna be doing some reactions. I'm gonna be a React Andy, one of those.
React Andy,
So,
let's go.
so you can catch me multiple times a week doing crazy stupid shit.
Perfect.
that's
Um
good.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get back into it. I might, like I said, I might make a second channel for Gacha because
Yep.
when you do Gacha content, like sometimes you gotta spam like 10 random videos, and it's just kind of like all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my as far as my main channel, it's just gonna be like longer videos and
Mm-hmm.
more theme centric videos, opposed to
And
just
when you said like you're gonna do some reaction stuff, like what kind of stuff did you want to watch?
Well, as of right now, I'm gonna be reacting to the current anime season that I'm watching. I'm not gonna start
You,
from the beginning though, because I don't want to like fake react six episodes.
yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I might do some other stuff too, but it's mainly gonna be like anime related stuff. Whenever
Yep.
there's like an event, like a state of play or like an Xbox show or some shit like that,
Yeah, totally.
I might throw up a reaction to that. But yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna be doing. See how it goes.
There we go. Flames back.
Hmm.
I mean, like just starting off alone, like the thumbnail quality is, I mean, it's peak. I'll agree. I think your thumbnail's looking kind of banging, so I'll show appreciation there for sure. But I
Thank you,
think
thank
no,
you.
I think it's exciting. I think like it's. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I label myself as an OPTC commentator, not content creator, because I feel like that's already that
Okay.
market's already packed to the brim with talent, I suppose. But I think I'm more of a commentator. But I think like there's always especially because like how I guess involved we all are with like communities such as like Treasure Cruise or anime communities or whatever. There's always part of me that is like, yeah, you could make videos. Or like you could easily do it, but then like it's that actual process of like starting and continuing, I suppose.
Yeah,
So
being
I think
consistent with it.
yeah. So I think it's good that you've made your return, and hopefully you keep that up, because I think that's always a challenging thing to maintain. for sure.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
not only just like having the will to actually just like start it, like that's already hard enough, but like making it consistent as well. It's like it can be challenging, and especially if you've got other commitments that you got to deal with, it can
Hmm.
be tough.
yeah. Todd can attest to this, and I'm sure Knight remembers the struggles. But I would like to upload every day, but it's very rough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna at least try to do a couple times a week at least.
Yeah, I think it's for the best as well. Like
Yeah,
I think it's like if you're playing a gacha, like I think especially with like again, I hate to be hey, guess what? We're a Treasure Cruise podcast, but like with Treasure Cruise, there is nothing to do majority of the time. So like I
Yeah,
think it's very hard to release a video every day for Treasure Cruise. So I'm
yeah,
very surprised that you're I think Todd, you've consistently uploaded like a video every day, I believe, more or less, which
yeah,
is
like I'll
yeah,
like
miss one
really
here and there,
good.
but like yeah, usually it's like on average at least 30 videos
And I don't
30
have
videos a month. So
I
yeah,
have no idea how you do it because there's only so many ideas that can pop into your head with that kind of stuff. And
yeah,
actually make
yeah,
like
you have to be a bit creative.
and I think it's also the quality too is super important because you could easily like upload a video of you clearing like a raid or whatever. But like
Right.
you need that quality balance as well, which I think is the hard part, I suppose, to
yeah,
make some consistent, good
Yeah, and
content.
like not every video is going to be like a really high quality video. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's just even if it's just like a really brief discussion about something in particular, like as long as there's consistent interaction between you and the audience, it's the most important thing, I
Hmm.
guess.
yeah.
All right.
Todd,
And
I have an idea for you.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
what's that?
Top 10 Treasure Cruise boobs.
Yo, hey, yo,
that's
we're
that's
taking up in this bitch now. Let's go.
that's content. That's content. Let's go.
um,
That actually is not bad.
That would bang as well. You know that shit would get like 50,000 views. Especially
All
because you
right,
bang
we
you bang. There you go. Put it in the back burner. Put it in
Yeah.
the
yep.
have to write
put it
that
on the
one
list.
down.
I want to mention as well, Knight from our last episode about speedrunning has gotten into speedrunning a little bit. A little bit
Yeah.
more. You've been uploading a lot of videos actually, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
A lot of speedrunning video. You have the world record in one of the in one of the Lego Star Wars categories, I suppose, which is pretty cool. But
Yeah.
how have you been feeling about that? What was the push to kind of do a bunch of because like when you look at your channel right now, like it's just a bunch of random like speed runs, more or less. Like it's just like there's Dark Souls ones, there's like Elden Ring ones, there's like Skywalker Saga ones. Like what was the motivation or what was the push to just start doing it?
It was kind of for like a long time. I always wanted to do it, and like after the episode, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just look up some stuff and just start doing it. So I saw that there's like level categories in like the Skywalker Saga game. So
Yeah.
I just started with my favorite movie, which is Episode 3, and I just play more or less like all the levels and I would watch like the first place runner and see what they did, and then I would do like a run or two, and then I would say, all right, I can like skip pulling this lever by like swapping my character and like doing some other stuff like that. So I just look at the levels and then play them a bit myself, and then just timed them. But yeah, I've been doing that for a bit, which has been pretty fun. And then just like, well, for the Claymore percent things, that's been something that I had in my head for like a long time now, but I just never really did it. So
Mm-hmm.
for context, for when I first started playing Dark Souls, my friend Mihawk, he told me about the weapon called the Claymore, and when I found that weapon, I just used it to beat the whole game with it.
Yeah.
And then for every other like Dark Souls game, I always went to get the Claymore and beat the whole game with it, and it kind of pissed him off because he was like, "Why you just use the Claymore?" So I always had like the like meme idea of just seeing how fast I could get the claymore, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like knew like how to get all of them pretty fast, so I just decided to like speed run it and make it like a meme speed run, which was it was pretty fun to do. It didn't take too long. I think each one of them, like I only played it like 1 or 2 times before I did the one that I uploaded on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And like since the last non OPTC episode, I did end up buying that capture card,
Oh, yeah.
and I have that HD 60 plus S Elgato, so gonna be streaming on Twitch soon, so
Ooh,
be on the
there
lookout
you
for
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe when I see it.
go. There we go. Nice. That's
Good
good.
stuff.
Awesome. And then Todd's
Good to
just been
hear.
chugging away in the
Yeah,
mines.
same old.
How
Ended
was
up
your?
yeah, just chilling, man. Just been doing the same old stuff as you said. You know, just streaming, making content, and recently made another YouTube channel for trading card games. As
Yeah.
I do it on stream a lot. We open up a lot of trading card products from Yu-Gi-Oh to Pokemon to a bunch of other games. So I thought instead of just letting it just sit there on Twitch, I could actually like archive it on a YouTube channel. So
Yep.
that's what I'll be doing
Mhm.
from here on out, and that'll be just a nice way to keep all that stuff stored. So yeah,
There you go.
pretty good. But other than that, like yeah, but just been doing the same old stuff. Nothing really new in my end, to be honest. Just I guess something minor that a lot of people might not really care about, but my football team in the AFL is absolutely kicking ass, and
There
it's
we go.
awesome because
Very
we haven't
nice.
had much success in the past 20 years, and now we're like the third best team in the league, so we're kicking ass.
Oh, nice.
Huge.
Yeah, we're doing well.
Huge. 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 Huge.
Good stuff. How about you, Pappy? What are you up to?
Man, look. I mean, if we're gonna get deep, and meaningful. I have not been in the best headspace for the last couple
Yeah,
of.
man. What's going on with these fucking tweets, bro?
I've been in a pretty shitty headspace. It's been pretty tough, but we're getting through. A lot of I'm getting croaky already. I haven't even started talking, but a lot of real life stuff's been happening, but that's okay. So I've
Yeah,
just
you
been
good?
just chugging along, which has been good to keep going. But it's interesting. Like it's interesting the dynamic that life can take from time to time. Because at
Yeah.
one point you'll be like super happy, super like enjoying everything, and then at one point you'll dip. I just noticed today, like it was actually pretty funny. So like there's a situation with somebody that I like, that I'm going through. It was actually like funny. Her friend liked one of my tweets, which was interesting. And then the notification popped up on my phone, and I went to check, and then not only did she unlike it, but she actually blocked me, which is really like, that's such a bizarre situation in itself, which I find hilarious. But like, I don't know. At the end of the day, like, I'm getting there, and like, it's you have your ups and downs, but it's been all right for sure. Like, I could be better easily, but definitely
Okay.
definitely pushing through that front. But here's what I wanted to talk about a little bit today. Which obviously
Okay.
it's still, we can still have a therapy podcast. It's it's as we can do with these episodes. It's actually my birthday's tomorrow, which is
Oh shit, let's go.
it's exciting. But that's not the point of it. I wanted to ask you guys, what are your opinions on birthdays? What are your opinions on your own birthday? Like, do you like celebrating? Blah blah blah. Like, how do you guys feel about all that kind of stuff?
Man, birthdays. Like personally, I really don't give a shit about birthdays, honestly. Like when I was a kid and like a really little kid and a teenager, obviously like it was way better because like parents and loved ones would always, celebrate and give you gifts. But as I got older, I'm just like, yeah, I don't it's just another day. Like I
Yeah.
don't really care. And it is cool
Mm-hmm.
just just say happy birthday, which is nice. People reach out. Honestly, I really don't care, and I don't, I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that way. Treat it as like another day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people still, they'll ring you up and they'll say how you going. You can still, get in contact with family members or friends which you haven't talked to in a while and stuff. But Yeah, I know a lot of people treat it a lot differently. A lot of people really love to celebrate their birthday and stuff, and that's cool and all. But yeah, personally, it's not my kind of thing.
There you go. What about the rest of the gang?
Mm.
How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I feel the same. Like it's cool, but I feel like when you're older, it's kind of like a Christmas thing. Like, yeah, it happens. Like, I get a present, cool. Like, if I don't, it's like whatever. Like, as long as I have fun or like a little bit of fun, do something kind of cool. Like, that's all that really matters, I guess.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Fun?
Yeah.
For me, I love my birthday. I'm Mr. November. As soon as November 1st hits, it's my birthday. I'm one of those. I got the birth week.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go.
No, but I really
Get
do
it
enjoy
pops
my
off.
birthday. It's on Veterans Day, November 11th.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why is because I mean obviously go out with my family and stuff, have like a little get together. But
Mm-hmm.
I always know like once my birthday hits, it's like the start of many like gatherings, like because there's like
True.
multiple birthdays on my birthday week from my family. Then we get into like Thanksgiving, and then December starts, and then
Yep.
basically it's Christmas the whole month, and then New Year's. So my birthday's at a very good time of the year, so I always look forward to it.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like with uh with like birthday celebrations, like it's more about like just I guess the experience and like actually gathering with people. Like that is kind of cool, but the actual fact of like, oh, it's my birthday. Like I don't care that an actual birthday. I just
Yeah.
more just like the fact that I can get in touch with other people that I may not have spoken
Yeah.
to in a while. I think
Yeah.
I much prefer that over just the fact like, oh, I'm just gonna celebrate just because of the hell of it, just because it's my birthday. Like actually
Yeah.
just hanging out with family and friends, which I think that's more valuable personally.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah. Also on a quick side note, for my birthday specifically, a lot of really like cool shit like games and whatnot. All that shit comes out like in the
Facts.
fall, so it's
Mm-hmm.
always hype.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Damn, you
usually
got me
off
hyped
on
for
my
your
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah, man. That's how it's just, bro. It's just November vibes, bro. That's how it be.
It does.
Yeah, no, I'm the same though. Like there's so
Yeah.
many family members that actually have their birthday in November. I guess like man, people just be banging in Valentine's Day or some shit.
Yep.
It's
Everybody fucks on Valentine's Day.
crazy,
Bruh.
man. It's yeah, like I'm in a weird like mindset. It's like I would love to be the one that like celebrates, but at the same time it's like um it's tough because like I don't know how deep we want to get, but it's like I've always had this situation where like I've been the kind of friend that's like I'll plan this for somebody else's birthday or I'll organize this or I'll sort that out for whatever. But then like that never got reciprocated to me at any point. So I got into a
Oh, I see.
position where like I just had a distaste for it completely. So for example, like
Mm,
tomorrow I invited like people over, or I'm gonna invite people over. I have, sorry, by the time this comes. But a bunch of people was like, I can't make it. I'm away. But because my birthday falls on like a long weekend in Australia or in Canberra
yeah.
at least. So like people are away. Fair enough. So you lose out on a lot of potential people, and then everyone's like, "Oh, can you reschedule your birthday?" It's the amount of times I've had to. I remember back in the
Bruh.
day when I was turning 18, my 18th in Australia, the 18th birthday is usually like a pretty big celebration, right? I there was this girl that I liked at the time, and then she couldn't make it to my to the date that I had set. So I rescheduled it for her. 6 months later, we got into a relationship, and like 6 months after that, fucking just gone, left me completely. And I know that's kind of like not how you attach the chain per se, but it's just like I've always found myself going out of my way to kind of allow other people to be involved with for me. But it's like at the same time, it's like there's part of me that gets a little frustrated because like, well, this is meant to be like my day, or this is meant to be like, people are meant to find time to like be there for you. But then so you get into this like kind of awkward dynamic where it's like, well, I want to have people involved, but like, why should I have to wait to celebrate my thing and blah blah blah. So like, I guess the overarching factor is that I've definitely fallen into a distaste, or like I just don't really like. I guess I don't really like. I don't like it anymore as much as I used to when I was a kid, like Todd said. Like as a kid, it was incredible because you'd invite all your friends from school or whatever, or like your family might like organize to do something. And now it's just like you wake up on the day, my family comes in and says happy birthday, and then it's like, all right, well now you move on and you continue your day, I suppose. So I've definitely fallen into that kind of realm, for birthday kinds of feelings there. But I guess like to lighten it up a little bit, what do you think has probably been your best birthday gift that you've received ever?
Jesus.
Oh damn! I gotta think.
Oh
What do you
yeah, I know
think's-
mine for sure.
Go
So
for
when I reached 21, so my parents asked me initially like, oh, like they wanted to set up a whole party kind of thing.
Yeah.
And your 21st birthdays are pretty big. And at the time, like I wasn't really big into like the party scene. So I was just like, "Ugh, I really don't feel like having a big party for my 21st. And so my parents were like pretty shocked at that. But at the same time, this was also around the time where both Dylan and Jacob, they were asking me about going over to Japan.
Mm,
And then I told my parents like I wanted to go to Japan with Dylan and Jacob, and they're like, okay, well, as a birthday present, we can pay for your whole trip. I
damn.
was like,
Oh wow!
okay, I'll take
Shit.
it. So that's probably the best birthday gift I ever got was the whole trip to Japan paid for by my parents.
Wow.
Hard to beat
Fuck
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely the best one I've ever got.
There you go.
Yep.
Right, the rest of the gang. How
Mm,
do you guys? What's on your heads?
Mm.
I don't know, to be honest, because as of recently, like past like 5 plus years, I've just been getting money because I just tell people
Yeah.
just give me money because yeah, because you're gonna get me. I don't say this, but I don't want to be like you're just gonna get me some shit that I don't want or I'm not gonna use. So just give me money. But yeah, honestly, I can't remember really what my favorite gift was. It's probably something when I was younger, like a game console or some shit from my
Yeah.
mom. Because the
Mhm.
past like so on years has been money, so I can't really remember.
I feel that. Yeah. I got a car. That was pretty fucking cool. Like a full
Nice.
on like a brand new car, which was crazy at the time. Like, I was very fortunate, like very, very, very blessed for that
You
kind of
still
front.
got it?
Yeah, 100%. I'm never gonna sell. I'm
Nice.
never gonna get rid of that thing until like it blows up.
Until it dies.
Yeah, because like it's such
Yeah.
a money sink. But like
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. Like I only get money now, more or less. And like again, like I don't know if it's like greedy or if it's like a bad mindset, but there's part of me that gets like a little annoyed when you get money because like
Oh,
whilst the
dude, you
go
should
for it.
not talk about this with Dylan. Dylan, he's said this many, many times. He despises giving and receiving money and gift cards as gifts to people. Like he just
I
never does it, and he despises receiving it.
I kind of agree
Yeah,
because
I understand where he's coming from.
like money's great
Yeah.
and like it's you can like because at the end of the day like money you can do like a lot with it. You can do whatever you want with it at the end of the day. But I feel
Yeah,
like and I'm bad at gift giving as well. Like I mean there's not really a lot of
true.
opportunities for me to give gifts out, sorry. But like I feel like there's part of it that like you really enjoy the process of like if I receive a gift from someone, like for the most part you can kind of assume that like they've put some thought into like the gift itself, or they've put some thought
Right.
into like what they're purchasing you. Like it's a little bit more of a personalized esque thing. But when you get money, it's like I mean like I don't want to like put words in people's mouth, but like maybe like when you get money, it's like I haven't really thought of anything, so here's some money, you can go purchase something on your own accord. And then at the most of the time, I end up just putting the money in the bank. I never actually spend it
Yeah,
on
like at the end of the
anything.
day, like I mean, gift cards I think are a complete dog shit
Oh,
because
I
it's
agree.
like, we'll give you money, but you can only spend it in X amount of places. That is kind of dog shit. But receiving money, like I actually don't mind it because not only is it like, again, you can put it in the bank, you can use it to buy food, you can use it to pay bills, you can use it to buy like whatever you want. Like
Exactly.
I do like that rather than like them giving you a gift that you may not ever use or you like throw out or something that's completely disposable. Money it has its uses still. Money is still money at the end of the day.
Correct. No, I
What about you,
agree.
Knight? What's your best gift though?
I'd say like my best gift was when I was 16. At the time, I was a really huge fan of Tyler the Creator, and he happened to have a concert right at the college that I went that my high school is nearby. So me and my friend we went there, and it was a pretty cool concert. So I enjoyed myself there.
Oh hell
That'd
yeah,
be sick.
Noise
That'd have been
mine.
sick.
that's always yeah.
I did that for I remember my friends were super into Travis Scott. I got them
Mhm.
like 2
Mhm.
tickets to Travis Scott, and that shit was a pain in the butt because it was meant to be like a group gift with everyone, like
Yeah.
with a bunch of people, and people were meant to give me money, but then no one gave me money, and that was like when I was
Oh,
like,
no.
that was when I was like 17 or 18 at the time or whatever. So I had no money. I remember I forked out like $360 for these 2 tickets for them. I mean, they're my best friends. They're twins. They're my best
Yeah.
friends. You know, so like I'm not too fussed in the like right now. I'm like, oh, whatever, it is what it is. But it was super lame because I was like, everyone's like, yeah, let's do a group gift, yeah, and I'm like, all right, well, here's the plan. Everyone give me X amount, and then like we move on. And then no one ended up paying me anything, and I was just like, all right, well, like I've already committed to this, so I might as well buy
Bro,
them.
fuck those guys who you were planning that gift with.
Nah, fuck
Holy.
it. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't talk to any of them anymore. Like those people that I was playing,
Yeah.
that was some crazy shit back then. But I was just like, damn. I was like, fuck. But then like, it was worth it, which it's kind of crazy. But it was worth it because in the end, like them telling me all the stories about like, oh, it was so sick, and like Travis came up to us during the concert and blah blah blah. Like, you're like, all right, well, like, you know, like, yeah, like I was out 360, but at the end of the day, like, you know, there was a, you know, they've super like they enjoyed themselves a lot, so it was like it was definitely worthwhile without a doubt. You know, it was definitely a worthwhile gift to give them
Yeah.
there.
That's cool. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a weird like
I can't even.
go for it.
That's
Sorry.
interesting. Just the other way. Like, what's the best gift you've given somebody? I can't even think of a good gift that I've actually given anybody. To be honest, I mean, there's been good gifts, but I can't think of one that like really stands out as like, yeah, I put a lot of effort into that, or like it was really expensive and like it was a really thoughtful gift. I can't think of one off the top of my head that was like one of those top level gifts.
I'll take the helm at this one and give you guys some time to think. I would say like the definitely the tickets were good back in the day, but like there's this girl that like I've been talking to her for a while, and like we've had our ups and downs. Right now we're pretty rocky, but like she's someone that's completely on the front. Like she's like, if you want to use the languages, like her love language is a gift giving, so she's very good at like giving gifts and stuff, and
Mhm.
so I kind of had to like follow suit. So when it would come to like birthdays or Christmas times, you know, you'd have to like, and I suck at it. I'm horrible. But what I started to do was like whenever I'd hang out with her or whenever we'd talk or whatever, like those few times or whatever, I'd like write down like we'd be at the shops and she'd point to something like, oh, this is really cool, but I can't afford it, and I just like write it down in like a notepad. So I have like
Mhm.
a list of like things like potential ideas.
Big
It's like
brain.
during Christmas time, she wanted like not during Christmas time, but she pointed out at some point, she was like, "Oh, I want this like humidifier alarm clock thing." But it was like, you know, and then like we walked away, but I wrote it down. The next day I went and like bought it and like I added that. And there was like this perfume she'd been looking for like 2 months straight. Every time we're at the shops, she'd look for it, it wouldn't be available. So then I like ordered that online, and then, you know, I purchased that. She wanted like a coffee cup, like one of those like travel mugs. So I bought a really nice one, and I did that. It's like my whole like gift giving process, at least these days, for people that like I really care about, has been like I just listen to what they've been talking about. And I mean, like, it probably doesn't go for everyone, because you can't just go to all your friends and be like, oh, I'm going to listen and do this. Because I guess at the time, this is, I mean, and I guess still now, to not get into those stories, I suppose, this person's like pretty special to me. So it's like, you make the effort, or you make the time to like listen to like what they've been saying, and I write it all down. Then I purchase based upon that list. Like even like her birthday is like 10 days after mine. So I've already
Okay.
purchased all her stuff. I mean, to be fair, we haven't talked in like 2 weeks, so it's kind of an L for me, I suppose. So we'll see how that. I'll update everyone how that goes, I guess, in the next episode. But like, you know, I already have all the like her gifts purchased. Like she's really into baking, so like I bought her like a nice apron that has like her name on it. I bought her these really bougie like cookie stamps. So basically, it's just a fucking stamp, but them shits cost $25 a pop, and I'm like, fuck man.
Sheesh.
So I bought 4 of those because the shipping was free for $100. So I was like, you know me, you know the vibes, man. And what else did I get? She's into Harry Potter, so I got her a Harry Potter hoodie, one of those Australian invention things. That's pretty cool.
Right.
And I got her something else, can't even
Okay.
remember. But like, there you go. So like, and all these things. I got her like a custom like journal, with her name on it as well. So like all the
Is my
things
man
are like.
really out here?
I mean, I just try, man. But at the end of the day, I end up being a dickhead because my brain's fucked up. But a lot of the shit that I kind of try to do is very heavily based upon like what people say. So if she's brought up an idea of like, oh, I want this, or like, and they haven't purchased it, then like, you know, I write that down. I'm like, I could use that at some point potentially. So that's probably what I mean. I didn't really put out like one gift, but I guess that's kind of the idea of like how I approach gift giving nowadays. But back in the day, I didn't know anything. I'd go to my sister and be like, all right, you pick something and I'll pay you money later or whatever it is. So like, I was
Yeah, like, cause that's like me with my sister a lot of the time when we go to like buy gifts for like other family members or whatever. Like, she's always the one that like knows how to get gifts, and I just tell her, you know, you get what you think is good. Or if I give her an idea of a gift, I tell her to go get it, and then I just give her money for the gift. It's just easier that way.
No, I agree with that.
But
Totally.
I think probably one of the better gifts I remember giving, it was relatively recently over the past like couple years, is my dad is a huge comic nerd. Like, he collects and buys a bunch of like old school comic books.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting him a like graded like a high graded Venom comic.
Oh yeah.
And
That's
yeah, he really loved that. And yeah, I mean, it's really cool as well because like I'm a big fan of it too. Like, I don't actually like read the comics, but like everyone knows the superheroes and the villains and stuff, and
yeah. Exactly.
it's really cool to see. And he gets like really giddy and excited, like he's like a little kid in the candy store when he goes to like an old bookstore or a library, and they've got all these comic books. He gets really giddy about all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool.
Yeah, that's tight. What about the other two suspects? What's the best gift you've given someone?
Well, I wouldn't say this is the best gift, but this is a pretty funny gift. um, so one of my coworkers back in the day, they would always eat Rice Krispie treats.
Mm-hmm.
So their birthday came around, and I'm posted in the chat. I bought them this $30 2-pound Rice Krispie treat. Shit was
Bro.
big as fuck.
Bro, that's too much.
Holy shit.
Yep.
That's insane.
For those that, for obviously people aren't going to be able to see this, but like it's basically just the size of like a torso. Like it's massive.
Holy.
It is massive.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Only in
That's-
America.
That's insane.
Yep.
Whereas
I also can't go past getting Carissa the like it's like a delivery of Australian like snacks,
oh yeah.
and those are also really cool, like Tim Tams and mint slice and Milo twisties, like all the Australian snacks that everyone loves. So I
Is it
get
like a
her
mystery box type of thing, or you just buy some shit?
you can like customize what's in the box. So I remember I bought the first one I bought her, like it was a bunch of just random shit, and then basically the second one that I got her eventually was like of stuff that she liked. So I know that she likes all that kind of stuff. And I remember I bought her a couple like figurines and stuff
Yep.
of
Mm.
like different animes that we're watching at the time. So different
Yep.
One Piece ones, and there's a Demon Slayer one. So yeah, that's
Did you
pretty
get
cool
her
too.
any Sugi Woogies?
What the hell's a
Sugi Woogie. What's that?
I don't know. It's some Australian thing. You guys have some weird
What?
names for stuff. No,
Sugi
no, I just made that up.
Okay.
Well, there's a Huggy Wuggy. What's a Sugi Woogie?
I typed in Sugi Woogie. The first thing that popped up was Sugi Woogie Angus Burger. Italian flavor. So there you go.
What?
What the fuck?
Let's go.
I can't say I have for that. No.
All right. Next time.
There was. I mean, all right. Now we know the Sugi Woogie Angus Burger.
Oh my god,
That's the play.
this man. This man's
Right,
crazy.
what about you, Knight? What have
And I
you?
would say the best gift that I've given was probably so my mom, like, she was pretty huge on like Harry Potter, so I think like 2019 or 2020, something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like box set of like the wands and shit like that. It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. That's mad. That's mad.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Um,
Birthdays
I also have
crazy. Go go.
uh,
Go go.
because I'm not too sure if we're moving on, but I have
No,
at
no.
least thing that we can potentially talk about.
Go for it.
Probably won't talk much, but just I remember Flame mentioning a little earlier talking about how he wants to do reactions to stuff, and he mentioned
Mm.
about State of Play, and they did announce there is a new PlayStation State of Play next week.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I was really excited about it, but I am no longer excited about it
Why is
be-
this?
because I read the follow-up tweet that said 30 minutes of announcement of updates with some exciting third-party reveals, which that means it's not going to be any like big PlayStation games because they're first party. And a first look at PSVR 2 games.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
PSVR 2, I'm sure most people don't give a single solitary fuck
I
about.
didn't even know that existed, to be honest with you. PSVR 2. This is the second
Yeah.
iteration. Like, that's a. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's weird to
Electric
me.
Boogaloo.
That's a. Why?
But I
Just-
mean, like third party reveals. So like, what are the big third party games that are? Yeah.
I think it's possible they could show maybe like Final Fantasy.
Right.
Because
Oh, well, that's the question. Final Fantasy 16 or Final Fantasy 7 remake?
it's I feel like they're definitely gonna show 16 before they show 7 part 2 because God, I'd hope.
Yeah, they're probably still in the heavy development phase, I would think.
um they're not going to do this, but if we got our Resident Evil 4 remake, that would be nice.
Resi, oh my
Or
god. Surely they'll show something with Resi.
um I know that they do still have to show the Resident Evil Village DLC. I just want them to get that shit over with 30.
Are they
So
actually doing DLC? I didn't know
they
that.
they they said that they were.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
we can possibly get something from Capcom, or they could troll us again with Street Fighter. That'd be nice.
Imagine if they already revealed DLC for Elden Ring.
Oh,
Oh man. I feel
yeah.
yeah, that's no bueno for me. I'll pass on that for
We'll see
Yeah.
Next
now.
that.
year.
Um, I just I don't understand why they're having a state of play now because
The
the big like game
mm,
reveal week is the week after. Are they
Summer
gonna
Games
like
Fest stuff.
yeah, like Xbox is showing stuff, Nintendo like Treehouse or some shit. So like are they gonna have like another show or something? Like
Yeah, it is weird
I'd
Maybe.
hope.
doing that now. I mean, they might have another show, like maybe at the end of June they'll have something, and this is just preemptive stuff. Maybe I'm not sure, but
Yeah, because they haven't had a show since last year, like a big show,
yeah,
like
like I mean,
showing all their new first party titles and stuff.
yeah, because we still got to see like God of War, for example. Probably would have been nice to see a little bit more of that at some point. Maybe
Well,
it,
God of War actually just got rated, I think, in Europe. So that means that
oh,
it's probably pretty close to being done.
Wow.
interesting. Wait, is that going to come out this year?
It's they posted multiple times that the dev said it's still on track to come out this year.
Huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should be getting that.
Maybe the state of
Funny
play is
side
just
note.
for that VR stuff, and then maybe they're gonna have a proper show as well later on for like actual like first
Well,
party.
Well, it is confirmed that it's third party games and the VR stuff, so
Yeah,
we are gonna actually get some other stuff.
Well, third party games can still mean PSVR too.
Yeah.
that's cringe.
Yeah, I'm excited for it either way. I still like game reveals no matter what it is. I mean, like, yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of the stuff I'm not going to play eventually anyway, but I still get excited for new game reveals.
yeah, totally. I don't play like
Hell
any
yeah.
of the
Yeah.
games really. I'll still watch and I'll still be engaged in all that kind of stuff, but I'd never end up playing like anything. I don't know. I've just lost that kind of like, I don't know if you call it passion or whatever it is, but like I've lost a lot of drive to sit down and play games as like a hobby, I suppose, more than anything.
Why do you
Just
need to
like,
play all these other games when you've got the best game of all, One Piece Treasure Cruise?
well, yeah, that's I mean, genuinely, that's like that's part of it because I feel like time is so consumed by it that like
Oh, yeah.
I find it challenging, or not challenging, but I guess difficult, I suppose, to like allocate time to other things. Like if I'm not playing Treasure Cruise, I'd much rather not be doing anything, purely because like the Treasure Cruise consumes so much like time and energy to just sit and
Yeah.
like tap, and I hate looking at the phone, and it's just like all these like factors, I suppose. But
Bro,
I find
sometimes
it,
I just like to
yeah,
be chilling and doing nothing.
exactly right. Like, you know, if I get the chance to go hang out with people, I'd prefer to do that, or like that kind of stuff. So like if I can step away from like all this like internet, social media like bullshit, then like that's always the particular ideal, I suppose. So I don't know. I
Yep.
just never find that. I've never found that. I think I don't know if I've lost the drive. I think probably say that, but I've definitely lost the drive to like actually go and play new releases or complete games, like complete a game from start to finish, or like there's a lot of drive in that front has disappeared from me. But I
Oh,
still
yeah.
do enjoy looking at like the trailers and the new releases and all that kind of stuff. That stuff's always enjoyable to keep up with, nonetheless.
Yeah, like that's so true. There's so many games that have come out that I've bought and like got into and then I just never
They sit
finished them.
there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a
Except for like
tough
Elden
one.
Ring. That's Elden Ring and Pokemon. Those are the two games that came out recently that I just like no lifed until I beat them just because of
Yeah.
not only because like I was having a really good time with them, but also the fact that like everyone else out there is like talking about it and playing it, which also kind of motivates me to finish it so I can also talk about it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I mean like even Pokemon itself, we have not heard that much regarding the new game.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was gonna say. Speaking of Pokemon, I forgot it was coming out.
I hate.
Right?
I heard that
I hate it.
there's.
Go for it. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that I heard apparently like leakers already have like a lot of stuff out on it. There's like this YouTuber named Blaines. He got really popular recently with like the um Shining Diamond and Pearl shit with all the like exploits you can do, and he was apparently talking about like a couple weeks ago. There's like a group chat or some shit about like leakers, and they already have like a lot of data mine on Violet and Scarlet and about the new gimmick and shit like that. I haven't looked at it personally, but I heard that it's
Oh
out.
god.
So if you wanna look into it, it's
It's there.
available somewhere.
I
Yeah.
I'm still disappointed that they turned around that quickly to make Gen 9, and they kind of
Fact.
cannibalize their own games very heavily, which has been
Yeah.
very frustrating to me, I suppose, because like they could have milked Legends Arceus for another year at minimum.
Facts.
Like they could have just kept adding
I-
region and region and region. Like easily, they could have milked that game.
I just don't get how, like, cause Game Freak made Arceus, so I'm just like, okay, but now they're also making Gen 9. So did the B team make Arceus, or like what's
I
going
guess
on?
it's like my assumption would be like parallel development. So they probably had like both games working at the same time, and then like, which is kind of stupid because then you lose out on the quality. But I mean, to be fair,
Exactly.
there hasn't been much quality in Pokemon games for a
while.
very long time. I mean, Legends Arceus really did tip everything on its head, which I think is good.
It was
But
just something so new and refreshing.
yeah, exactly. But I hate the fact that they released Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and then what was it, like? I swear it was like 4 months later or something like that. They released like
Yeah, it
Legends
was.
Arceus, and then
Yeah, it was
like
like 2.5 months. Yeah.
4 months after that, they're like, "Oh, by the way, Gen 9's coming." Everyone's like, "What the? Why?" This
Doesn't make sense.
It's not
Yeah.
like it's not good. Like I guess like at the end of the day, Nintendo or Game Freak, they're winning. They've won because we're all gonna buy the next Pokemon game, no matter what it is, no matter what the quality is, right?
True.
So like they can really pump them out, and people are gonna still purchase them. But it's just frustrating because I feel like Legends Arceus. I mean, to be fair, I didn't 100% the game. I didn't go catch Arceus at the end or whatever. But I feel like
Yeah.
there could have been so much more to that. They could have added in another couple regions. They could have really expanded on the story. They could have added a lot more to like the whole shebang. But instead, we're in a position where, like, once Gen 9 comes out, it's the Woody, it's the Woody meme or whatever, where it's like, I don't want to play with you anymore, and you're throwing Legends Arceus on the ground. You're gonna play Gen 9 because no one's gonna go back to Legends Arceus once they're playing Gen 9.
Like that's the thing with a lot of these games that have been coming out with Pokemon is like after I play it once, there's absolutely no
reason
shot
to.
I'm going back to play them again.
Not at all. Not in the slightest.
No way.
Plus,
no, it's
like,
boring. Like no way.
Gen 9 is going to be the next competitive Pokemon game as well. Or at least like that'll be the next like
so true.
yeah, like that'll be
Dude,
the next
I
game
feel
they
so
use
bad for the VGC players.
That's what I mean. The
my
VGC players
God.
got fucked over. They got 2 games in a row that did nothing. Right?
That's so bad.
Plus, like, now with Nintendo's mentality of like, we're not gonna have, not every Pokemon is gonna be in every game kind of shit too. Like, it's like Gen 9, who knows what's gonna be available. And VGC didn't now have to wait. Like they've had 2 games come out where they haven't been able to access anything, and now they're gonna get Gen 9, which is gonna be a whole new ball game, I suppose. But like, even like, didn't they recently add Pokemon Home connection to Legends Arceus?
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
Which, like, fuck man, Nintendo's like Game Freak Nintendo Pokemon Company is so smart. Like, They take all this extra time to do something that they probably already have developed or whatever. And then they get everyone to log back into Legends Arceus that want to connect with Pokemon Home. And they get everyone transferring and then like in their ecosystem. And it's just a constant cycle of like being stuck in it.
But it's funny though, because like there are people out there that literally don't play any other games except Pokemon games. And
pretty much me, like
any,
more or less.
any small little update that comes out, people go absolutely wild for it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
People froth it. Just I don't understand how people do it. I mean, that was me as a kid. Like as a kid, I didn't really play that many video games. Like
Yeah.
I played like Pokemon and I played like some of the console Dragon Ball Z games, and like that was it, pretty much.
Yeah.
But obviously, as I got older, I'm just like, wait, these other games are like really fucking good. Why am I only playing Pokemon? Yeah.
No, I agree.
I don't know, man.
It's, I don't know, like it's...
To each their own.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just, I'm not a fan of cannibalizing your whole market. And I mean, to be fair to them, like, the Pokemon market itself is already so big that it's probably not even cannibalizing anything at all anyway. Because the people that are like the fan, I wouldn't even say diehard fans, but just like the average Pokemon fan, probably bought Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, finished it, probably bought Legends Arceus, finished it, and now is prepared for the next game. Like, is ready to go. So they're not even cannibalizing anything. But I guess like it would have been nice for them to expand more on Legends Arceus. But now the new game's coming out, even if they were to release a DLC, I'm not going to play it. That's what happened with Sword and Shield for myself. Like, they released all this DLC, and I was like, will I really... Like, first of all, is this worth me purchasing? And then second of all, like, will I actually play it? And the answer to both those questions was no for myself. So there was no value in me actually going any further than I needed to.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Sword and Shield DLC was not that great. So if you're not... Yeah, you don't really have to go out of your way to play it, to be honest. I mean...
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, if you wanted to experience Sword and Shield in its entirety, I mean, it's all right. But I mean, if you're just playing Pokemon game just because it's a Pokemon game, I mean, the DLC is not that important.
I just guess like I don't give a shit about the story, which is probably my fault as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the Pokemon stories aren't really that good in the first place.
That's what I mean. Like, if there was something that was like captivating, but then again, like I'm probably more like monkey brain, like. I'm just like, press button, do damage, like move on to the next fight, I suppose. I'm not really concerned about the story, which is probably actually something that deters me from playing like many like single player games, is that like if I'm not going to get invested in the story for a single player game, then I feel like you lose a lot of the nuance or value of actually playing the game in the first place, which probably is what
Yes.
deters me a lot from actually playing games on like a regular day-to-day or like regular like timely basis.
I think the next big step forward for Pokemon would be to do like real-time multiplayer.
Yeah, I'd agree.
If they're somehow able to implement that where like you and another player, or like you can be on a server with people, kind of like an MMO, but like as a Pokemon game, I think that would be an amazing step forward. But again, and that's pretty difficult to implement, especially because Game Freak, I mean, they're not the best game developers out there, as we've seen with some of the quality from their recent titles.
Oh yeah,
So
big time.
I'm not expecting them to do that, but that would be awesome if they're able to implement something like that.
Now here's a question then. Is there anything from Gen 9, like, is there anything in particular you want to see in this game that's coming out in Scarlet and Violet? Like, is there any particular thing, like anything of the sort?
Just make sure the world is not empty.
There you go. Night Flame.
Kind of like
is there anything in particular you want?
Oh, you can keep going, Todd. I can say.
No,
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, I just don't want the world to be empty. Like, how for like Elden Ring, even though there were spans of time where you wouldn't, come into contact with anything, there's always something to look at.
Yeah.
Whereas in the recent Pokemon titles, there were lots of spans of things that there were lots of spans of space where there was nothing in between, or just the background looks so terrible you don't want to look at it, so you're just looking directly in front of you and there's just nothing.
Yeah.
So graphically, not the best games, but we can't expect much from a Nintendo Switch either way.
Exactly right.
For me, yeah, kind of the same thing, not an empty world. If we can get a non-linear map, that would be great.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
always go and be like, oh man, we're all going the same way. Like that's kind of ass. I'm not gonna lie. But also I hope they really write the characters better, because I don't want to be fucking reminded every day that Knight has a fucking Charizard, like fucking Sword and Shield. That shit was so annoying.
Yes, so whack.
But yeah, I also don't. I think it's the wild. What was it? The wild area? Is that what it was called?
Oh, don't even get me started at the wild
Yeah,
area.
yeah. No, just bring the routes back, man. Fuck that shit.
Dead are like, on the real though. Like they tried and it didn't work. The hardware can't handle what they're trying to do here. But then somehow they managed to kind of make it work with Legends Arceus. So like, I don't know how.
Not even that. Like, not even like on the hardware aspect. Like, I don't know. Like in certain shit, like I just thought it was whack. Like I feel like it robbed so much like areas of the game, because it's just like the big ass area that all kind of just look the same, and then you just go to a town. Like I feel like at least with the routes, like they were like a little different at points. Like I actually felt like I was going somewhere.
No, I agree with that 100%.
But yeah, I mean, from the one trailer that they did show, the game does actually look pretty interesting.
There you go. And Knight, what do you feel? What's your hope?
All right. Well, like mechanically, I guess. I think it would be cool to like get another like shiny hunting method. Like I'm pretty big on it, and like pretty much most of the games, the recent games have like something new, except for Sword and Shield, which I was kind of disappointed on. But like everything else before had like a kind of new method. So if they have like one that's like kind of interesting or something like that, I would be pretty happy about it. And then on the competitive side, I would like for them just to add something where you could remove IVs, because that's like the only thing that they really don't have at the moment, and I think that would be really nice, especially for like times where like there's a Pokemon where you want it to be slow, but it just happens to have like a lot of IVs and speed, and it's like, yeah, so it's like, oh fuck. Well, I have to get a new one, but then you have to like start a new game, and you have to like soft reset it and pray that you get it to have like lower speed. Well, you can already like max IVs with like bottle caps and stuff, so hopefully they make something that like removes IVs. I think that would be pretty nice.
But
I agree.
also like with competitive battling, wasn't there like lots of issues with Sword and Shield? Like the customization of your battles were like really bad. Like wasn't there like a
Oh, the
time
turn
limit or something
timer.
like
The turn
that?
timer.
Or
Far out.
I know that people were complaining about that.
Yeah, so like in singles they usually had like a longer timer, but then they like shortened the timer so it's like similar to the like doubles timer, which is kind of bad just because like a lot of single games like go a bit longer than like a normal like doubles game.
Okay.
So yeah, they could like yeah, they could change that as well, like fix it to how it was originally. That would be pretty nice because I know a lot of people who play singles like didn't play on the Switch anymore because of that. Which
Yeah.
is pretty fucked.
I
Yeah,
think
they should just
I
add more customization to battles.
I just think like competitive Pokemon is such a good like concept, but it's way too hard. I mean, it's gotten easier to get into, but it's still very challenging to get into, I suppose. Like if you don't
Mhm.
understand all the intricacy, like I guess the strategy you learn by actually playing, but the intricacy of the EV/IV system, the natures, then like breeding and blah blah blah, like I still think like Pokemon Showdown is such a fantastic thing, and Nintendo should just grab that and then make their own. Like it's like I would love in like again to bring it back to like to Fighting Path, for example, how like the PvP system is just like you have the character, cool. You can use them however like whatever like style or kit you want. You can blah blah blah. You play. I think like having like if you're going into competitive like PvP, for example, you can just like customize your team in like a menu system where it's like I want to allocate these EVs and these IVs, and I want to give this Pokemon like these moves and these items, and basically just recreate Pokemon Showdown but for the competitive scene.
Yeah.
Because I think Pokemon Showdown is undefeated completely because it's just so easy to pick up, build a team, or grab a team from somebody else, and then just play and then actually get decent at competitive play. So I think that Pokemon Showdown, I think Nintendo should just grab Pokemon Showdown and just make it into
you know
the
what
game.
they really should do, but I don't think they'll actually do it. I mean, they would never do it. But I think it would be a really smart idea to literally just grab some of the top competitive players to help them build their battle system.
Yeah, I agree. Just get Wolf Glick.
And then they
It's
could literally
time.
tell them, okay, this, and this will help in the competitive realm. It'll help with our VGC tournaments. Just implement it. Boom, done.
But I mean, you've worked with a Japanese company. You've worked with Bandai.
Yeah.
Like you can,
Yeah.
you know what I
This
mean?
is
Like
true.
they're not going to do shit. Like it's and I
It's
guess
their
like,
way or
that's
the highway.
exactly right. Like that's just how like Japan has always done like business. It's like it's all very already set in stone. There's no like innovation. There's no like it's all about like just sticking to the status quo of what the Japanese business system is like. So like no shot they're gonna bring in somebody. I mean, like it's a fantastic idea, and I would hope for that too because I think that would be way better to do as a
I mean, it doesn't even have to be
system.
English-speaking people. They can just grab some of the best Japanese battlers. I mean, that's
Correct
fine as well. Yeah.
I just think like they already like I feel like they already have like the next like 5 games already like drawn out. And they just know like what to expect, what to do, how they're going to develop it, which is probably why they can develop in such a quick time period. Would be my assumption, and I feel like the fact that they have everything planned means like there's no. I mean, like not the I shouldn't say the fact, sorry, but like the idea that they probably have everything planned out already is probably what makes it challenging to innovate or challenging to like change the current systems that are in place.
Mm-hmm.
And I would agree with that. Like, I mean, again, looking at like Treasure Cruise again, like I feel like a lot of the Treasure Cruise stuff's already set in stone for the most part, would be my assumption. Like they have a flow chart or a mind map of like, all right, from the after 8th Annie party, it's going to go to this. And then it's going to go to this and it's going to go to this. So they already have the characters in mind, the quality of the character, what kind of skills and abilities, like everything's already planned out. It just comes, and I guess that because like that makes it easier to develop. If you have like 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 where I work, if you have a feature, it's called like a feature document. If you have a feature document which like outlines the problem and what the solution is and how you're going to approach the solution and what's the processes and how like what's the all this kind of stuff, you can give that to a developer and they'll smash that out in like a couple of days because everything's already organized and written. So it probably makes it easier for like these Japanese companies if they already. I would probably put money on Nintendo already having Gen 9 had been sorted like 4 years ago. They already knew exactly what they kind of wanted to do, and it was just a matter of like continuously adding to that as a thing.
Yeah, that's probably accurate in some fashion. I mean, yeah, maybe they've got like documentation and stuff written up somewhere of like where they're going, ideas in terms of the region and the region off of, and then inspiration from that to build their game faster. Yeah, for sure. All the inspiration and the ideas to development, like that process can take a while, gathering the inspiration and the design, and then the actual development. It's a long period of time, so if they're doing everything at the same time, they can get stuff done quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I mean, it's Game Freak and the Pokemon Company. I mean, if they need something, I'm sure that the Pokemon Company would be able to provide that with the bank that they make.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, I think that I don't know. Like, I wish that they would innovate a lot more. And I mean, like Legends Arceus was the step in the right direction. So I'm somewhat excited for Gen 9, but I'm also somewhat concerned that like it's just gonna be another shitty like, oh, we've made Legends Arceus, but it has 8 gyms, like kind of deal. So I think I echo Flame. Like I really want like, and I don't know how they do it. And I think we've talked about this in the past, but I would really like a non-linear or like at least like semi-linear like pathing where it's you can take a path, but like, or there's like multiple, like there's different routes you can take. So I can take a different path to Flame, and then he takes a different one to Knight, and Knight takes a different one to Todd. Like kind of ordeal would be like where I would be most happy with, because it at least gives you some sort of autonomy in deciding how you want to approach playing the game.
Yeah,
that's kind of like why I wanted like an MMO. It's kind of like why I wanted an MMO, because I feel like it'd be a good way to interact with people while you're playing your
Animal
main
Crossing
story
style, where it's like you have your world, and then people can just join into your world at any point or whatever. And then like, I guess you'd have to have some sort of like intricate system in the background. But if somebody joined into your world, then like the game would like either scale up or it would change depending on how many people have joined or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think that would be a cool way to do it. Because like at the end of the day, I think like the end all be all, the most exciting factor would be having some sort of like Pokemon MMO-esque kind of thing, which is kind of what everyone's wanted. Because you could make that evergreen forever. Like you could just continuously, you wouldn't have to release any more new games at all. Period. Because you could just continuously keep adding expansions to the MMO.
But then they wouldn't make money, would they?
Correct.
They could still make money, but I wonder how much they would make.
I don't know. I think there's like, they probably have like a full like advertising cycle, which is like, we release the game allows us to release the cards. And then having the whole point of releasing a new generation game is to allow us to release into Pokemon Go at some point. So I think I would say Pokemon Go is still probably the biggest cash cow for Nintendo's front, even though it's a Niantic property. But Nintendo probably still gets a hefty cut, would be my assumption, from anything that they make in itself. So it's like with like an iPhone. You buy an iPhone, and now you're in the ecosystem. All right, you have an iPhone. Now you have to buy the lightning cable to charge it. And you have to buy the brick for the wall. And then they release the new ring charging thing. So you have to get the ring thing. Okay, well now I have an iPhone. I'll buy an Apple Watch. And now I have an Apple Watch and an iPhone. I'll buy a MacBook. So the whole point of like buying an iPhone is not for you to have a good phone, but it's for you to be now sucked into the entire ecosystem of the Apple kind of ecosystem. So probably Nintendo, I would assume, at least Pokemon Company, has some sort of like funneling system where it's like, we get people involved in the game, and because they're involved in the video game, now they're going to be like latching into the other facets of Pokemon as well, being the card game, like the mobile games, like Pokemon Masters is still going strong, is it not? At least that would be my guess.
Yeah, it is.
For sure. Yeah.
Like you have that.
Surprisingly.
I mean, I know, like, and they've been pumping out the content for that, I believe. Then you have that, and then you have the TCG, then you have Pokemon Go, and then you have like all the spin-off Pokemon games, and then like you just get more and more and more involved. Yeah, the anime as well. So you just continuously get more and more involved in that kind of world. So like I would guess that there's some sort of funneling system there, which allows them to just be successful on that front. There you go. I don't know.
Big players.
These corporations got too much money, man. They got too much money.
Oh yeah, they do.
Nintendo got too much money, man.
Especially Shueisha.
No, Shueisha's got too much money, bro. Oda has been a cash cow for Shueisha. Easily. Free. Lunch. Oh. I guess we could probably get into the manga a little bit before we jump into some cues.
Manga spoilers.
Manga spoilers. I'm not going to put a spoiler tag. You know the vibes. It's a off app. We can chat about whatever we want. How do you guys feel about One Piece chapters recently?
Bruh, is Kaido down or is he not? Because the community seems to be tied up in this discussion on whether or not he's actually like down or not.
Oh, in the last chapter it said Victor Luffy.
Yeah, the new Victor is Luffy.
Yeah, but didn't that happen when Kaido beat Luffy a couple times?
Yeah. I think, I don't know, I would be kind of annoyed if Kaido just got back up and he was like, all right, hello, like, and they just went back to fighting again. Like,
like the Undertaker comes into the ring.
I would be pissed off if Kaido was still like.
The reason why is that we didn't get enough Kaido information.
No, we
really
didn't.
Like the backstory wasn't rich enough.
Yeah.
So it would make sense if he did come back, maybe, and like maybe just for one chapter, Kaido's like, "Hey, yo, we back in this," and then all of a sudden something happens and then he's down. I don't know. I just feel like we need something.
Well, okay, so then
I feel like
question. Go for it now. Sorry. Yeah.
I feel like he's down. Like all of the stuff with like the what's his name, Yashua, the Toko's dead, like all of that, and like
that story,
and everyone celebrating and stuff. I feel like that's a pretty big indication of him being down. But on the backstory, I feel like I definitely agree. Like I feel like I wanted some more Kaido backstory because that's like thing I've been craving for. But I feel like it's I feel like it's fine because I feel like now like Oda, like he's been writing Wano for a minute now, so he's kind of wanna not like speed. Well, he kind of want to like speed it up to get to like some of the other stuff because this is like
we're at the end.
Wano's the like it's like the gateway until like the end game of One Piece. So he's like trying to get to like the end goal. So we now know like what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the reason why it kind of had to be sped up a bit. So I'm pretty sure like when it gets to it in the anime, it'll probably be more fleshed out, and Oda will be like, "Oh, I also wanted to show this and this," so we might get a lot more from that. But yeah, that's what they usually do.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Wano started 2018 for the manga, 2019 for the anime. So like it's been 4 years.
Yeah, for me, I personally don't feel like. I mean, we definitely could have got more backstory on Kaido, but I feel like we've been here for way too long. Like this,
chapter
like
909.
Not Wano itself, but like just this one scene and slash area that we've been in. We've been here for way too long.
We've been on the I agree.
I'm so fucking happy that it's over because
I agree. I'll agree with you there. We've been on the island for too long now. Like
dude, if Kaido comes back, I'm gonna like rip my hair out. I can't. Like, so what I think is obviously they're not dead. If they're both dead, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's a shit way to
I do think that they're done for this arc, but they are most likely going to come back at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll get more of them there.
Yeah.
This is like a way out there theory, but like my friend was telling me about this shit. And he was like, "Oh yeah, Kaido's not done because like a lot of his moves are based off like Buddha names or some shit, or
Yeah,
and he's only did like four out of the five." And I was like, "All right, yeah, that's a bit much, but
you never know
um,
at this
yeah,
point.
you never know." But yeah, I mean, I feel like we got like everything that we kind of really could have gotten out of Wano. There's, huge big reveals. We got our big power ups. Well, a lot of people, what's it
A lot of
called? Like
story
Zoro,
beats, you know.
Zoro had a lot of buffs. Luffy had a lot of buffs. We met a lot of
Sanji, yeah,
new,
he's aight.
yeah, Sanji, yeah, he's alright. He did his
Yeah,
thing. Now, but we met a lot of new characters.
yeah.
Robin had her shit. Now we're gonna get to see a little interesting that Momo didn't want to open the borders.
That
Maybe
was that
because
was an interesting factor. I agree with that.
I feel like personally the reason why he didn't want to is because maybe he feels like Wano is currently in a weakened state and
Mm.
they don't really know what's going to happen. I would bet that Yamato's probably going to want to join. I hope. I really hope she doesn't stay in Wano with Momo. That would make me a bit upset. Um, but yeah, I'm happy where it's at, and I hope we can get into the post Wano arc chapters because we all know that the post arc episodes or chapters are always the best.
Hmm. I agree with your statement about Yamato. I mean, especially because like they've officially said like, oh, your new Shogun of Wano, and they're obviously going to reveal Momonosuke in his adult form next chapter. Well, at least I
Yeah.
hope. That'd be
Yeah.
really nice to see what that's all
Yeah,
about. But
because they showed his
yeah,
silhouette, right, or something of that
I
nature.
can't
Because
remember.
I saw the
Yeah,
dragon go
something like
like
that.
I
the
was so
dragon went
confused
like
by that
poof.
dragon. When I first read that, I thought it was Kaido, and I was like, "Fuck, man!"
I
Like,
thought okay, so the dragon that they showed with the tongue out at the end of last chapter, that was Momo, right?
I
Yeah,
think so.
Yeah, because I thought that was
I
Kaido
thought that
when I
was
first
Kaido,
read it,
and I was so
but
mad. I was like, "Fuck no, not again!" Like,
yeah, because I was like, "Bro, this looks lame as fuck." He's
I was
just
like,
showing him his tongue out. But now I know that from this chapter, that was actually Momo because when Luffy hit him, he sent him straight through the earth
"Yeah, that was
or
fucked
oh
up."
yeah,
Wano,
Yeah.
whatever.
yeah. It's
My
crazy. Like he sent him into friggin' magma. Like what?
Yeah, okay, wait, so are they, like, burning
Yeah, that
alive right
I
now?
was about to say, what happens to both these Yonko now? Like, do they get does the Navy? Because like Momo sends Zunisha to see you later. He's like, goodbye, like get out of here, right? It's like, what happens with the Yonko? Like, these like Big Mom and Kaido? Do they get captured? Do they get do they die? Do they just like get stuck in the core of the earth to like not ever come out? Like,
Yeah,
what
because I
happens to
They
them
mean,
went
here?
to a journey to the center of the earth.
yikes.
Oh,
Good film. Good
Eh,
film.
yeah, because
classic.
with their repertoire, like, let's just say, like, they are, like, burning right now, that shouldn't do anything to them, right?
I
With
don't
the
think
What
amount
if
of shit
the?
so.
that they've taken.
Yeah, I don't think they're down. I don't think. But imagine hypothetically, imagine if they are right. Imagine if they're actually like both dead. Like, what's gonna
That's
Okay,
happen with Whole
fucked.
Cake Island and their crew, and then
right.
Kaido's crew, right?
When
Like
you say down, do you mean, like, they're done for
dead,
right now, or you mean dead? Oh, dead.
dead.
Yeah,
If
no,
they're
I don't
dead,
they're
that's
definitely not
huge.
dead.
No, I don't
I
think
just
that'll
don't
be the
know
case.
what do you like. How do you wrap up? I don't know how to word it, but like, where do you place them now? Like, do they get captured by like? Does the Navy step in or something like that and like capture them, or do they just get like stuck in the core
I
of the earth, or like do they just like just do Kaido and like Big Mom get like captured and get like imprisoned in Wano, or like what's their deal?
Well,
I suppose.
yeah, because like that's the thing is like what is actually going to happen next. And remember that with the Navy they were outside of Wano, right?
That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, remember, is that they showed they actually put a lot of um panel space for when they showed the CP0 guy leaving
Yep. Yep.
Wano, leaving Onigashima. So that
Mhm.
obviously means something. So maybe he's going to go to his boys and say, "Hey, we need to retreat," or maybe like, "Hey, we need to jump
We
in.
can go
The
in now
Yonko
and
are
capture
down.
them.
We can
Yep.
now we can raid." Yeah.
Yep.
So it just leaves
yeah.
like if that does happen, like hypothetically, if the Navy does swarm into Wano, like what the hell what happens then? What if everyone gets captured?
That'd be
And then
mental.
it's like escape from Mary Joa or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I also think it was somewhat important that he specifically showed us that Kaido's with Big Mom.
That yeah,
I
I
feel
agree.
like
I agree.
yeah, because like I feel like he could have easily just knocked like just knocked Kaido down and not
He
even mention that.
Carter's on the ground.
Um,
He's lost.
yeah,
He's done.
so I feel like something is going to. I think the chapter. I mean, I think the arc is gonna end, but it's gonna end like not like how they normally end. Like I think something is gonna happen.
I think
Mm.
I would agree. I think the post Wano is gonna be important. I feel like the Straw Hats are gonna leave, and then I reckon there's gonna be like a panel or two when they're leaving, where like Kaido and Big Mom are like, maybe they're coming out of the core of the earth or something like that, or like
We're
they've been
gonna
captured or something like that, or they've been imprisoned in one. I don't know, something like that.
Like, what if like Zunisha or even like Momo with his flame clouds itself lifts Wano off of where it's sitting to avoid the Navy raiding them or something like that?
Oh,
I
that's a
don't
good
know.
point. That's
Or maybe
also a good
Zunisha just
point.
says, "Hey yo, get the fuck out of here."
Well, yeah, what if
smash the
Zunisha
ground.
because like didn't Momo send Zunisha away? So what if
I
Zunisha
think
now like turns around and just fucks the Navy up completely?
yeah, it's a possibility.
Because
And I
I don't
mean,
know.
because like remember, a lot of the Marines are currently away trying to capture the warlords.
The
Warlords,
Warlords.
yeah.
I've
So we're
been
gonna see what's
waiting
up
for
with that.
that. When are we gonna get like an? I've been waiting for an update on that.
I
Imagine
feel like
pulling up
that's
on
coming soon
Mihawk.
with the
Imagine,
post.
imagine pulling up on Mihawk like, yeah, we're gonna capture you. That guy's like, no.
Nah, bro, you need an admiral bare minimum to
You
catch
need
it.
Fujitora to come minimum, and even then, bro, it's like look, what was it in Stampede? Fujitora brought down that big ass fucking meteor or whatever, and
Yeah,
Mihawk just came in and was like, shrink, shrink, shrink. See you later. Like he walked away, like, as if nothing happened. Like you don't need a lot more to capture. Like these wards are fucking strong. You know what I mean? So
No, I'm
like,
ready to see Kobe solo Boa.
Pog,
see
yikes.
Boa catch.
Pog.
That'd be awesome.
Imagine. That'd be
Oh, that would be
mental.
so hype.
So
I
I don't know. I
couldn't think
think
of anything worse.
because there's no break, isn't there? We're gonna get the
No
next chapter
break.
will
No
be next
break.
week.
Yeah, no break.
So it's gonna be super interesting how they. Because how many chapters do you think we have of Wano left now? Assuming Kaido's
Um,
lost and Big Mom and Kaido are down and out.
I
There's no more fighting. The war's over. How many chapters do you think we
I
have
feel
left?
I- we'll have a better answer for that maybe like two more chapters because
Yeah, I agree.
we kind of don't like because we don't know if over yet. Like it seems like it's over, but like
There
if we
could be
get into
something
like
else.
one or two more chapters that are like this, then I'm like, okay, yeah, probably like within the next 10 chapters or so.
Yeah.
like I feel like most of the stuff in Wano is pretty much resolved at this point.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know where else they could go unless if literally more combat occurs. But I feel like we've had so much combat that we probably do need to take a break. I mean, unless if they are just going to cut away, which they could
Yo,
definitely do. Oda's good at cutting away.
yo, quick side note. Is it just me or like I don't like the ending of the Luffy Kaido fight was kind of like I don't know, like
Which
Underwhelming.
is why I also think
lackluster.
that Kaido might not be done. But yeah, it was a pretty
Well, not
underwhelming
that he might
finish.
not be done. It's just
The way
like
it was like paneled out kind of just didn't.
yeah, I don't know. That shit was like it didn't like I just looked at it and I was just like, oh, like
He's like
like
falling into the ground. All right, cool, it's done. Then
Like
I
so
I
much of the
agree.
Luffy and Kaido fight on the roof was so good, but to end it
yeah.
like that was kind of lame, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like it'll be better in the anime. It's just like
Yeah.
a manga thing.
yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. And for me
It's
personally, I don't think we talked about it on here, but like at first, like I thought it was like okay, like and I understood why, but like at some like couple chapters in, like I was really getting annoyed with the like the cartoony shit.
really interesting.
Yeah, yeah, because like I understand why it's happening, but it's like every second, like even like random things, like the fucking trees like screaming. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I'd have lost his mind writing those or something like that. He was out of it.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but I think some of the times when he was doing like more serious stuff, like when he was actually using his awakening to like literally grab the floor and lift it up like it
Yeah,
was
like that,
rubber
like
and bounce
yeah,
it
shit like
back.
that's cool. Like yeah, that
Yeah,
I don't mind.
How do you guys
but
feel
yeah, I
about
see what you mean.
uh to kind of wrap this up? How do you guys feel about this whole Joy Boy thing? Luffy being
Um,
the fruit, Luffy, all this kind of stuff. Like, how do you guys? I mean, obviously, it has to be coincidental. It's a TV, it's a show, it's a story. You know, Luffy had to be he's the protagonist. But how do you guys feel
The
about how
way
it was
I
all
see it,
sorted out?
I have a feeling that Shanks knew what the fruit
I
was,
agree, 100%.
and I think originally the fruit was supposed to be going to Ace. I had a
Oh,
feeling that like maybe Shanks was going to give it to Roger's son initially to
mm,
finish off like the Joy Boy, the One Piece kind
the
of
arc, that kind of arc
story.
there. Yeah,
Yeah. And then Luffy decided to, you know what, I'm going to take this instead.
I'm
And then
hungry.
after realizing some of the stuff that Luffy was saying, he's like, you know what, you do have the qualities of being, you know, a good person. So
And
here's the hat, here's the fruit,
it,
and off you go.
it also like links up so well to when Shanks went to the Gorosei, because now like you can kind of make the assumption that maybe Shanks was like, yeah, this kid Luffy, he ate this fruit and he's Joy Boy, so I hope you guys are
He took a bite
prepared.
of gum gum.
Yeah, took a bite of gum gum. Yo yo
But like
yo.
legit, like he would have had to have mentioned it was Luffy that has the fruit because when we had that little cutback to the Gorosei, like they actually mentioned like, oh, you know, that fruit hadn't been awakened in like hundreds
Yeah,
of years or whatever. So
yeah,
like how would they know that it would be Luffy and would be that specific fruit? Well, it
yeah.
had to have been Shanks that mentioned it to them.
What's
So
up,
which
big
means
up?
Shanks
yeah.
would have known about the fruit.
Yeah, I did. Because that was a whole story, wasn't it? It was like who was it that like was meant to protect it from the
Who's who?
wife?
Who's
Who
who?
was meant to protect it? There, that was perfect. Who's meant to protect it? Who's who was? Um, and then he failed that, and then
Yeah,
like
Shanks
Shanks
killed
got his
him.
hand on it. God knows how.
But you would think, right, that if they're defending one of the most valuable devil fruits in existence, why would they not be sending an admiral or two
Nah,
alongside
let's send
to
a
pick it
fucking
up?
who's who, man. Racist
Let's just send a CP member.
motherfucker. Let's send a racist dude to go defend. He hates fishermen. This guy, get him
Yeah,
out of
he
here.
hates fishermen.
This psychopath.
And
And
Shanks has just pulled up and said, "I'll be taking that."
there's so much I want to know about Shanks still, which I mean kind of
Oh,
ties into
dude.
film Red, which I'm hoping it's a lot of information there. But like, I don't know. Like, what are the other two? What did Flame and Night think? What do you guys think about the whole Joy Boy? How it was handled? Do you like? Do you guys like it? Are you guys against it? What's the vibe? I
Um,
suppose.
I mean, for me, I like it. It's like it's super interesting and shit. But I'm still trying to figure out like what is it actually like? Is Joy Boy like? Is that like a terminology? Like, is that just the fruit itself? Is it a person? Because I remember like on Fishman Island, the poneglyph was like Joy Boy's apology. You know. So it's just
Mm,
like if you have the fruit, are you just Joy Boy? Is that just the thing, or was
that's
there a Joy Boy?
that's my assumption. Is that the fruit is like the embodiment of Joy Boy? Would be my
Yeah,
guess.
but what is Joy Boy?
Exactly
Like,
right, though. I think that that's probably something we need to learn more of. I guess.
It's the person that spreads joy.
Yeah, man. Need to
Boy.
just
it's the
yeah, boy.
boy, it's the drums of liberation.
Yeah, there you go. The dun
Like,
dun.
like, what if it's a weird kind of shit like for those of you who have seen Attack on Titan, where the Attack Titan they can see
Hmm.
the memories of all.
Mm.
I don't know if I think it's like all Titans. I think I don't know, but they can see the
Yeah,
memories of
you can
like
see
previous users and stuff.
yeah, and the future.
Yeah. So what if it's something similar to that in a way, but like not like just seeing memories or something, but like yeah, like the will of the person of
Will
like
of
previous
D.
users.
Yo,
Yeah,
Blackbeard,
The
Joy
Will of
Boy
D's
confirmed.
nuts.
Will of
Joy Boy
D's nuts.
D, Joy D Boy.
Joy D Boy. That'd be
He's
so like.
sad, boy.
Oh my days.
Yeah, and like and even like Blackbeard, he's a fascinating character as well. I'm
Mm.
interested to see what he's up to, and I mean, just with Shanks as well. I subscribe to the theory that he is evil. I
Yeah,
still believe that personally.
Wait,
Do
who
you
Shanks?
believe the Pirate Hunter Zoro theory at the end of One
Dude, that
Piece?
theory is so good.
I need
For
to
those of
hear
you
it.
who didn't hear it, oh my god. For those of you who didn't hear it, the theory was like Zoro is actually like a bounty hunter still this whole time. So when
Oh
Luffy
my
becomes Pirate
days.
King and gets the One Piece, he's gonna like kill him and get his bounty.
What?
Bruh.
That's insane, because this motherfucker Zoro has almost died so many
Right?
times. He could have taken so
He's
many
that
other
dedicated.
bounties.
Bro, he's that dedicated to the bag.
Bro, but he could have collected the bag on so many other people at any point.
Right.
Or,
Right.
Boy, like, why the fuck would he? I don't know, man. You know what? I will. That if that is true, that's fucked. That's so fucked up.
Dude,
Oh,
Oda would be the biggest troll of all time.
I would Oda to actually end up saying One Piece was the fucking journey, even though he like promised it wouldn't be. That'd be the funniest shit to me, because like his whole legacy would just be in the bin. One Piece was the journey all along, guys. There he
Well,
is.
like you know how with Luffy and his devil fruit when he goes with his awakening and he becomes
Yeah.
very goofy and very cartoonish. Like
Yeah.
I can see something like that being at Raftail or Laughtail, which is
Yeah.
why everyone was laughing when they reached it. Like because Joy Boy's just a goofy motherfucker.
He said some dumb shit.
Yeah.
It's a Lamal.
Yeah,
It's a lol.
like- and then
The
like there's still the
Ayo.
thing of like the giant straw hat in
Yeah, what
Marishua.
the
Like
fuck
what
is
if that
that?
actually was Joy Boy's hat? Like what if he actually was a giant with that devil fruit?
That's
That'd be
fucked
crazy.
up. Joy Boy being a giant with the gum fruit, that's over. Oh, that'd be good.
That would be cracked. I mean, we saw Luffy become a giant when he went Gear 5.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we've reached this point with Luffy and he's fought who he's fought, I don't know, like I feel like he should just like fuck everybody up now, low key.
He can.
He's one
Mm,
of the strongest pirates in the world, for sure.
I mean, I guess Blackbeard could still counter him.
Yes, which is why even Kaido said in their fight towards the end, he's like, you can have like the strongest devil fruit or whatever, but like the haki is one of the most important things. So if
Yep.
Blackbeard's still just going to negate his devil fruit powers, well, if Luffy's got the OP haki, it probably won't matter.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Man, One Piece is cool.
What do you think,
Speaking
Knight?
of manga, Hunter's coming back.
Bro,
Nah,
what?
sir.
When it's
My
not.
man,
It's not.
my man Togashi got 2 mil Twitter followers in 2 days.
What the fuck?
People go way too
That's
pumped.
goated energy right there.
Watch him not release shit though. Watch him still not release shit.
Normally when Togashi comes back, he writes a whole volume, which is 10 chapters, and apparently that's what people are saying. That's what's happening. I don't know if he's going on hiatus after that, but we're at least getting 10 chapters. That's what I've heard.
This man's so crazy. Imagine just like, you make this really cool story. Hunter x Hunter is a great story, and you just go on all these hiatuses. Like, you just don't give a fuck. You don't care about the audience. You're just like, I just feel like writing up some Hunter x Hunter today. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Like
Honestly,
4
I
years
reckon
after
that
the
I
last
reckon that's
chapter.
what his vibe is. I think he just
Yep.
like gets burnt out, because wasn't a lot of it like health related issues would be my guess.
I'm not sure.
It's
Really?
health related. It was health related issues. It was issues that he had with like the publisher, and then it was just him being a lazy piece of shit playing Dragon Quest.
Yeah, but I do definitely that's so funny, first of all. But I do definitely believe that he's in that mentality where he's like, yeah, I'm down. 4 years later, he's like, yeah, okay, I think it's time to write again. And he'll write like 10 chapters and disappear for another like 4 years as well.
Yeah. But it's just like the thing is like I mean, I'm not trying to sound selfish, but like or fucked up, but like I was at a point like literally like a couple of days before this was announced, my friends and I were talking about this. I was like, "Yo, this guy's like he's literally probably gonna pass away before he finishes this."
It's no, but
Fact.
it's sad, but it's true though. Like it's like I mean, like I forget the guy's name, Mura.
Mario?
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
Yeah.
Miura.
from
Yeah,
Berserk.
Berserk.
Like,
Goat.
I mean, like again, it is selfish because I mean, I haven't read it, but I've only heard nothing but incredible things, right? But it is
Yeah.
upsetting because like, you lose out, and again, it is completely selfish, but you lose out on the potential for like an immaculate story to like be finalized and completed, you know? Like, and I think,
Right.
and again, Hunter x Hunter, I'm not across Hunter x Hunter to probably the extent of like the majority of people. But again, from what I've heard, it's incredible. So I would
So
be, it'd be upsetting if people didn't get that finalization or like that completion to be satisfied at the very end of it all.
here's my little rant on Togashi. So I'm gonna compare it with Berserk because they're both very similar in this aspect. So in Berserk, which you haven't read, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I
So
haven't read it either.
okay, so in my opinion at least, Berserk has arguably like the best storytelling and also the best artwork I've ever seen, and he
Mm.
does both of them, which that's insane.
Facts.
Yep.
Hunter x Hunter, on the other hand, has an on par storytelling. When Togashi wants to, he can draw very well, but if you read majority of the Hunter x Hunter chapters, most of them literally is just a full page of text, or like the shittiest drawing that the four of us can do.
Yeah.
Like there's
That's
points where like it's awful. So I'm just
wow.
like, I understand he has health issues and whatnot, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, at that point, why don't you just have someone draw it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
If it
I was gonna say that too, but like
like
it really comes down to like
if it looks that fucking shit, then what's the problem?
I don't know what type of person he is, but he might be the type of person that is like really
Yeah, like
possessive.
he wants to do it. Yeah,
He
like
probably
if
is
it's
Yeah.
very
not his.
possessive. That's why it takes him 4 years to write a chapter, right? It's probably good. It's
Mhm.
like I reckon he probably has the story done. Would be my guess. I think that
Or
he's
at least he has a
probably
fair idea of what he wants to do. Yeah.
exactly right. But I think that like he could have just as easily been like, all right, there are some really good people out there that can draw and write. Here's the story, and you guys can continue it under my pen name, for example.
Yeah, I would love that.
But I think that he has a possessive nature where he would not let anyone touch his story at all without him being the one that does everything.
Well,
Which
that's
is like,
like with One Punch Man, right? Because when it initially came out in that web comic, like
oh
obviously
shit.
the guy that came up with it was terrible. Like he could not draw, and then Murata came on board. Is like, okay, you can just tell me the story and I'll just draw
And I'll
everything. And
do
the
it all.
guy's like one of the best manga artists like
Murata
living.
is fucking crazy. Half
He
those
does
panels,
crazy
man, are
stuff.
insane. It's
Like
mental.
sometimes he draws stuff and you don't even know if it's like an image or like a drawing. It's crazy,
Yeah.
like a photograph.
Yeah,
It is
I
nuts.
remember. I remember one crazy thing about Miura, the Berserk artist,
Mm.
is like his editors would like yell at him like bad because like you know how like in Photoshop when you zoom in like 500% like and you're editing the smallest thing and like nobody could see it.
Yeah.
He would do that while he was drawing his panels, and like the editors would tell him like, "Yo, like what the fuck are you doing? Like you've been working on this for like 3 days," and he's like, "Nah, no, I want to do it."
Oh
It's that
no.
perfectionist nature. I think a lot of Japanese people are very much brought up in that kind of mentality as well, which is kind of scary because you get possessive, but then you also want to one up yourself and be like perfect at everything you do. It's good because
Right.
it gives you a drive to be successful, I suppose, at whatever you do. And I guess that's why a lot of Japanese people have like hobbies, and then those hobbies turn into like skills or professions. But like I think there are boundaries like that, for example, where you're zooming in and drawing a bird for like, 7 hours on like a panel that most likely 99% of people are not going to notice what
Yeah.
you've done.
It's just all of this just really makes me appreciate what we experience with One Piece,
I
considering
agree.
how consistent Oda
Oda's a
is,
G.
and like he's not the greatest artist out there, but for what it is and for how consistently he is
That's
putting out
yep,
content, it's
yep.
insane.
It's the consistency, which is actually funny because we've come full circle now for our whole podcast today. Talking about YouTube and consistency, right? But like,
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's the reason why Oda is he's a master of his craft is that his consistency is second to none. Like no one, I don't believe anyone can match his level of consistency in storytelling, in art, in the consistency of release chapters. All right, I'm gonna kick it to everyone in the audience right now. The guys are posting panels from Hunter x Hunter And Knight has just posted one of the worst things I've ever seen, and simultaneously one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen as well. And it's bonkers to me that this guy is doing this but taking 4 years to release a chapter.
Bro, look at
Consistently
the one I just
inconsistent.
sent. Look at the fucking grass, bro.
I don't know, man. That's how I've been drawing in the shower, man. That's my shower drawings right there. That's mental, bro. I don't know. All right. That's probably
There
about
you
it for
go.
us, was what I'd say. That's a good one. Bro, look at the op
Yeah.
Why are the titties all the way down at his stomach, man?
My man likes some saggy,
Yeah,
yeah.
some saggy zongies right there, lad. Then Murata came in and said, I'll fix it up. I'll get some perky ones. Anyway, that was a bit crass. Nonetheless, though, before we get into the Q&A, I want to give a shout out to our YouTube members.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, thank you all for your support. If you're down there and you consider supporting the channel financially, you can hit the join button and there's a bunch of different tiers you can join at. And then whilst you're down there as well, if you haven't subscribed, do that. And also like the video as well. It helps us out a great deal. Leave a couple comments on your favorite sections of the episode. But I want to give a shout out to our good members of Ryoiin, Stump, Dave the Inhuman, Red Halo, and Dr. E Recshin. Our great members of MyDrunkenMoneky, Cody, and Voidseaker. Our perfect member of Kisa, and our 3 GGP producers, TheLordShiro, Alex Wisniewski, and Omni. Thank you guys so much for your support, and we always greatly appreciate it. Thanks, homies. But from that into everyone's favorite section is the Q&A. As per usual, you can send us in your questions via Twitter at GGP Podcast or our YouTube community tab. First question from at B Hematomesis. They ask, how did you get the idea to start a podcast, and how did you get it from an idea to a product?
But I guess I can start by quickly saying that we did originally have another podcast that we were doing,
That is
and
correct.
then
I'm back. Hello.
Then
I just got
that
called.
kind of dissolved under itself, and then Pappy's like, you know what? No, let's keep doing this shit, and then GGP.
Yes, that's correct.
So yeah, and then we were just trying to come up with an idea at the time for like what we wanted to do for a podcast, and I mean we were still sticking with Treasure Cruise related stuff because that's what we were all into at the time. And then I posed the name Good, Great, Perfect, and then we all pretty much agreed on it, and then we just started developing graphics, and off we went. Pretty sure that's how it went.
Yeah,
Something like
something like that.
that.
Yeah, I can't comment on that. I wasn't here for it.
Oh, right. Yeah, you were a bit later.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll move on to the next one. Kakashi Bonji says, do you think we will get an Int Luffy legend? I mean, potentially. All right, we got my man Alex with the next question. S Bullet, shout out to him. Says, what console or PC games are you guys looking forward to coming out later this year?
Well, for me, there's not really that many yet, just because
Right.
the the latter half of this year, game wise, just really nothing's been announced.
Exactly.
So as of right now, for me, it's only Xenoblade Chronicles, which it comes out in 2 months, or I guess a month and a half, since it's basically June. God of War, if it decides to actually release this year. There is a new Call of Duty coming out later. I'll get it to play with my friends, but not really
There's
that
always a
excited
Call of
for
Duty
it.
coming out.
I do
Yeah.
apologize about
What
all
was
that. So I don't want to cut Flame off there. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing there because my Bluetooth completely fucked up. It started playing music and shit, so I'll sort that out. But I think Todd probably got his point across with the podcast question, I'm guessing. And then
Yeah.
So I'll suss that stuff out.
Mhm.
I do want to say, bro, I just got there was a package dropped off at my house just then. And I'll send a photo to you guys, as cookies are worse than donuts. But bro,
No.
I just got, for my birthday, it's fucked. You actually don't get it. It's actually mental. Anyway,
All
sorry,
right.
Flame. I do apologize.
we
I do
trust you.
apologize. Anyway,
It's fine. It's
continue,
fine.
sir.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty much done. I mean, as of right now, there's not really much that we know that's coming out. We'll probably have a better answer for that in like 2 weeks after all the game shows.
Yeah, maybe our next non-OPTC podcast, we might have a better answer for that question.
Yeah.
What about you, Knight? Is there anything you're looking forward to later this year?
I would say like the only like games are like Gotham Knights, the One Piece Odyssey game. That game. I mean, I'm hoping it's like decent. Like, I didn't play Worldseeker, but I heard that one was pretty shit. So, hoping this One Piece game will be pretty decent. I'm hoping they finally announced fucking Stray. It's a PlayStation game about like a cat
That
and you get to
that got
walk
delayed,
around
I'm
and
pretty
shit.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stray. Yeah, I remember that.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it
remember
did.
that
Let me
being there.
see.
And yeah,
I think
like
it says
I played Worldseeker, and like Worldseeker was like it had good aspects, but it was
Yeah.
just the problem
yeah,
with the One Piece games is like you have to play as the Straw Hats, and like I mean it's
yeah.
fine, but bro,
Those streams, I
when can
will
we make
say,
our
were
own
fun.
character?
Watching like, because you streamed Worldseeker. I remember I was in the chat for a lot of
Yeah,
it. The worst part was there was no music in the open world like sections of it. I feel like
Yeah.
because it was because like the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
game was fun. Like I mean, to be fair, Todd did do a good job making it entertaining in itself. But like the fact that when Todd was like running around doing shit, it was just silent, and I was like, bro,
yeah.
like
You
it's
just
such a
hear him
missed
walking, that's it.
opportunity. You just walking, punching, grunting, breathing, that kind of like all those nonsense sounds. But like come on, dog. Come on,
Yeah.
dog.
I
It
hope
was
I hope they go better with Odyssey, but yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. In terms of other games that are
Also
like
the
coming out this
Hogwarts game.
Bro,
Oh, the
I'm
Hogwarts
gassed.
game. I forgot about
I'm
that.
playing the shit out of that. I'm gonna kick it to you. That shit looks so fucking sick. I'm excited for that, without a doubt.
I completely forgot about that.
Yep, me too.
And obviously Resident Evil and God of War, anything relating to those, I'll be excited for whenever it comes out at some point.
I also
All right.
I do apologize. I'm gonna jump back to the podcast question because I had a couple pieces I wanted to
Okay.
say on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
front.
Go for it.
I'm probably sure Todd mentioned the whole idea of like we had a podcast in the past, developed into GGP, and then we kind of like realmed this idea. First of all, I probably more so on the part of like how to go from an idea to a product. Podcasting, at least for myself, is a creative outlet because you can talk about anything and everything you want, and there is an audience for you to do that. Even if it's 5 views. I mean, like I released the Captain's Lodge on my own end, gets like 30 views an episode, but it's still an audience nonetheless. So I think that first of all is really important. Secondly, we are very fortunate because we are in a niche market in terms of a One Piece Treasure Cruise podcast, and we will dominate that market because, again, blow smoke up Todd's ass. Todd's part of the show, and he is the prime member of the One Piece Treasure Cruise market. So if we're talking business-wise, we dominate that market because of we were first to market. We are technically the biggest Treasure Cruise podcast, if the only one. I think there's the Spanish boys do one as well. Plus, it's for the most part, it's all organically grown. We have a lot of people that have joined the podcast based upon hearing it. And on top of that, make sure you use Anchor. We're not sponsored. This isn't a sponsored section. I wish one day. But Anchor literally makes it so simplified to release content on podcasting platforms. And at the end of the day, the consistent amount of listeners and viewers you get from Anchor, from like audio only, it's way more consistent than it is for like YouTube, for example, for a podcast. Because like YouTube fluctuates. Like we have, what was it, episode 60? It was literally titled Disappointing, is now our most viewed podcast episode. And that's a completely arbitrary episode, right? There was no hype. There was no nothing about that. It was just a random ass ep. But then we'll release an ep the next week and it'll get half the amount of views, for example. So YouTube shouldn't necessarily be your gauge for a successful podcast. Your gauge for a successful podcast should be, are you building up a base of individuals that are like interested in listening, and simultaneously are you having consistent listeners on audio platforms? Because I think the benefit for us releasing such a long form show is that, for example, my trek to work is 30 minutes in, 30 minutes back. So I can listen to like an hour of worth of a podcast to do that. But I guess to summarize this, and I don't want to take up too much time, I apologize for jumping back. Pick any idea. It doesn't matter. I think the benefit of podcasting, and I'll speak for everyone, is that I reckon the four of us have A, grown closer together, B, we've gained a lot of chemistry, so we can really bounce off each other quite well. And C, all of us have become more and more proficient at speaking for long periods of time as well. And I think that those skills alone are beneficial in your day-to-day life regardless. So even if you create a podcast and you get no viewers, just the benefit of you producing, directing, creating, editing, that's all experience. And then simultaneously speaking, being able to speak well is probably one of the most expensive skills, because you can be proficient at your technical skill, but if you're unable to communicate and unable to speak, you know, there's give and take there for sure. So I think that make a podcast, whatever it is, and just get talking, get some friends that you have some chemistry with, and then see what happens. You literally never know in the internet content creation space. Something might pop and you might become the biggest podcast in the world. So just do that. Anyway, I apologize for completely hijacking the show just then.
It's all good.
I believe we're up to the Carissa question, is my guess.
Oh
See
yeah,
that?
I was talking with her right before the podcast, and she was hyping up this question.
All right.
Don't know
From at Carissa Sunrise, aka Queenski, aka Sweatski, aka Carissa Booski, aka Carissa Sunrise Sweat. I don't know. Congratulations on her luck on the pools recently. She got some banging luck, I believe. So that's really good to hear for her. If the whole GGP crew was stranded on a deserted island with only a couple fruit trees and huntable animals, no shelter unless crafted from island materials by hand, who would be the first to go, the one to take charge, the one to do nothing, and the one to actually survive? So we have 4 roles there, essentially.
Oh my god.
So who's the first
Yep.
to go?
As in
Look,
die.
I think
the first to die.
Yeah,
I
probably.
would say.
We'll say to die, or we'll say like to disappear. Maybe it's like I'm leaving the island. So I'm just gonna swim off this island somewhere. We'll say to die. Who's the first to perish? Do you think out of the 4 of us?
I mean, probably me, honestly, because I feel like I would feel like confident in doing something, and it'll get me killed.
You talk about I'm gonna take out this boar. I'll fight this boar, and the boar just comes in and tears him apart.
Or like if something's happening to us, I'll be like, I'll step in, I'll try and save you guys, but then I get killed.
And then we're like, all right, well that's food
Nah, I'll
for
take lead on it.
Nah, but
I'll
then
try-
if I
I'll
die
try on the
first,
ship.
it gives you guys plenty of food, okay?
We're fucked. We're fucked.
God.
All right, so we'll put Todd as a temp right there. The one to take
All
charge.
right.
I'll probably do that.
That would be definitely you.
I'll
Yeah.
probably take charge. Would I be good at it?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. But I'll be like, hey, do this, do that.
Someone's got to
figure
do it.
out. The one to do nothing. I think that's Flame. I'm gonna kick it to you. I'm
We'll
gonna
be
kick it to
chilling.
you. Flame like, hey guys,
Yeah.
relax. We'll be fine. Don't stress. Flame
Yeah,
will be
bro,
so
just,
chilled out.
I'll be the dude drawing the SOS in the
Yeah,
sand.
you'd be like, guys, we'll get picked up in no time, and all of us are like dying.
Like,
And then I reckon-
like everyone's trying to help do something, and like Flames, oh look what I made! I made like this really cool statue. It's like, bro, we need help with the shelter.
I'm over here trying to fucking spark a fucking bonfire.
It's like, guys, don't stress. I think the one to actually survive would be Knight. I reckon Knight has like some embedded survival skills that he's like read somewhere
He's
once
got
the
some
internet.
primal instincts will kick in.
Man's a
like
demon.
a whole
I know a
war,
little bit.
a whole like war breaks out on the island. Knight's not there. It's like over. He comes back. He's like, "Oh, what I miss?" And then the rescue boat's there.
All 3 of us are dead. All 3 of us have perished. And Knight steps back and he's like, okay. Anyway, moving on. More food for me. There you go. Well, I reckon if the 4 of us got put on an island, we'd figure it out. I reckon we would.
We would get there eventually, I think.
Yeah, I genuinely think that we'd figure it out. Like, no stress. So, look, I reckon, there you go. There you go.
Look out for the next episode when we
Oh,
get
that's
on
an
the-
island.
Look
on
at the next
island,
episode.
yeah.
We're on the Mr. Beast Island Challenge. The 4 of us are going to win an
24.
island.
Episode 69, we're on the deserted island. Yep.
Little Island Challenge.
There you go. Make sure you become a member so we can purchase go to a desert island. Next question from @Obsidian_Steed. They ask, Bandai has been knocking these level limit break legends out of the park. For the next batch of old legends, who are you hoping they fix to make them playable? We've got a recent
Morbius.
news set. Yeah, I want Moria.
Oh.
Todd pulled enough Morias in his multis recently to...
Dude, the sad thing about it is like after like I had a max level limit break before the Sugo started.
That's fucked.
So,
That's so shit.
I'm so upset.
That's so shit. Well,
I didn't
the
say
recent-
Moria. I said Morbius.
Oh, sorry. The new legend coming. Bandai, we weren't meant to say anything about that.
Oops. I'm sorry, Yoshi. Gomenasai.
Gomenasai.
Oh, I hate this
But
guy
just
sometimes.
for context, we got V1 Doflamingo, we got V1 Sabo, we got V1 Marco, Corazon, and V1 Croc all got level limit breaks, which we'll talk about all those characters and the new legends in the next episode. So that's fine there. But I guess like
So
who would be next?
the oldest characters that still don't have one at this point then are V1 Mihawk, Rob Lucci, and V1 Jinbei. So those three are really old that don't have one. But I want to see my boy V1
Damage?
Katakuri get a level limit break.
I want Hody.
Hmm?
What'd you say, Knight?
Ooh.
I said Cavendish.
Cat, bro,
He didn't.
they could
He
potentially
doesn't
do
have
something
one yet.
They could potentially do something crazy with Cavendish. Like they could make him like super buff himself. Like, but
Bro,
Yeah,
make
like
his damage
Blackbeard.
rainbow.
yeah, when he becomes
you use his
Hakuba or
special, he
whatever.
gets rainbow damage.
Yeah.
When he's making
Yoshi
when
back
he's
on
used
the
as a
phone.
captain. When you use him
Yeah,
as a
Yoshi-
captain, he's like Bullet.
Yeah, but Bullet's the goat.
Ooh.
That's enough said. Bullet actually is good. Once again, Bullet wins. I'm just saying, Bullet wins with the new lore and the new kid.
As always.
Also, I'm
As always.
on a treasure cruise note. I'm fucking cursed. I pull every legend as a 6-star. Not as I literally the last 4 new legends I've pulled all 6 stars.
Yeah,
It's
but
a-
you said that as
Well,
you pull like
yeah,
the new
as
kid
I,
and
as
the
I
badge
pulled
and
kid
two
and the
multis.
badge in 2 multis, which is fucking mental. So I'll be cursed any day of the week, bro, and no stress.
Yeah, if you're getting that kind of luck, yeah, I'll take it.
100%.
Yeah,
I did do
that's
2 more
alright.
multis after that. Got dick, so I didn't care. I was like, no stress.
Ah.
I might do. You know what? I might do some on the lore part. I don't fucking know. Might fuck up.
Well, that's out right now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do them right now. Todd, next question from Voidseaker. You can pop
Next
that one.
question from Voidseaker says, OPGC as a game feels like it has quite a few things in its favor and some against. For example, it's one of, if not the best looking One Piece game, but also has no rarity filter, potential
Mm.
ability filter, or a button to switch from ascending to descending order.
Mm.
With this in mind, what are the aspects that you like and dislike the most out of OPTC, aside from obvious treasure map and Sugo problems?
I do agree with the filtering system because sometimes
Yes.
it seems what I've actually realized is how you sort by get date.
Yep.
What it
Yeah.
actually does is it'll sort by color, and then within the color it'll sort by alphabetical order. So it's not the actual like. It's very weirdly. I don't know. It's very weirdly structured. But I do think
Oh yeah, because when you do pulls, it like
Yep.
it orders the characters
it
differently.
orders
yeah.
the characters differently to how you pull them, right? So I think that's definitely an issue. I feel like the filter. I mean, and now with level limit break, it'd be nice to get a filter for that. I think like any feature in the game needs to be implemented to make it more efficient. That's all I care about now. Powering up takes
Right.
forever still, even with all the upgrades that have happened.
And especially
Um,
with Grand Voyage, where you need very, very specific
Yep.
abilities to get activated. So being able to filter some of them, like potential abilities, are actually very useful for Grand Voyage.
It would be cool as well. You know how like the new like lobsters, how you can power up to like 999 or whatever, like use that many.
Yeah.
It would be neat if they implemented a new kind of system to that where like it did like it was like, okay, you can feed this many to 99, this many to 105, this many to 110, this many to 120, this many to like, it had like notches, so you could just like quickly like drag to like those levels. so
Yeah,
only
because
feed
the
a certain
slider bar
amount.
can be annoying at times.
Yeah. So there's...
Or
I
even
think-
like if
yeah.
there was a button that automatically fed stuff to get your
Yeah.
character to the level you want. Or like, because like Dokkan has that.
I agree.
So
So I think there's like the game has its problems, but I mean like gameplay wise, there's obviously going to be issues. But I don't want to like I
Yeah.
think the problems or like the things that I dislike and simultaneously like is that I want them to be more kind of like buttons or features or like ways to make it more efficient, like consistently efficient. That is.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Would be my kind of crux.
Oh, and I think obviously the friend captains need to be tweaked a little bit too.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like, yeah, sometimes it's really hard to find very specific friends, and I think even if you're able to filter within your friends list for like same character, but then like with level limit break or with rainbow or with certain cotton candies or something like that would be
Mhm.
nice, but you can only do one filter at a time, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, like multiple filters would be super convenient as well.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. No better way
Next.
to end it off than with
Cody.
Cody, as per usual. Hey guys, thanks as always for the work that you do. Last ep was excellent. A question for Todd and Papi. I'm thinking about getting into AFL. Big NFL fan, just wondering what may be the best way to do that. Are there streaming services, good ways to watch online, etc.? I'll pass that to you, Todd.
Yeah, so it's really annoying because I know Carissa was looking into it as well, and the main problem is there really is not a good way to watch it in the US. I think it's called Watch AFL or watchafl.com.au or something like that. Like if you just look up Watch AFL, you should be able to find something along that line. But it does cost money, which it is what it is. It
Yeah.
kind of sucks, but the streaming service that I use to watch the AFL games, unfortunately, it literally only works in Australia. So I think if you have a VPN, you can use KO, KAYO.
Yep.
That works very well, and you can watch a bunch of other sports internationally as well with it. But yeah, unfortunately, not too many ways you can watch it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean Todd's the guy for that, so take all that advice on for sure. Next
Or just hit
part.
me up on Discord or whatever about that.
Yeah, exactly right. Send a message through. Next part. What was everyone's first video game growing up? Mine was either the Ninja Turtle arcade game on NES or Super Mario Bros. What was everyone's first game growing up?
Ooh, I didn't own a video game console until I was like maybe 7 or 8 years old, where I had like my first Game Boy Advance. So before that, my friend who used to live down the same street as me, I used to go to his house and he had the SNES, and we would
Yep.
play Super Mario Brothers together.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably my first video game I ever played.
There you go.
So
Night-
is this
time
is this question asking the first game I ever played or a game that I played a lot growing up?
First game you ever
Just
played, I guess.
first
The
video.
the first game I ever played was probably a bad game. I shouldn't have played it because I was really young. But I played Scarface, the movie game,
Oh my
on my
days.
PS2.
Oh my days.
Yo,
That
This is
doesn't
wild.
count like when I was super young and like I was just playing around like on Pac-Man, like on my mom's console because I don't remember that shit. But the first game I ever played was killing people in Scarface.
that's crazy.
Mental.
Yep.
Right, Unite.
I think the first game I ever played was, oh god, I think it was the SpongeBob the movie game on Game Boy
Nice.
Advance.
Let's go.
Fucking little goofy goober.
Oh, that's memes right there. I think for me, like I was probably the same as Todd, but like my for some reason, like we had a SNES at home. I don't know who bought it, where it came from. My parents don't even speak English, let alone know what a SNES is. But like we had a SNES at home, and we had like the I don't remember what it's called. It's like the Mario All Star Collection thing, where it has like Mario Bros. Like 1, 2, 3, Lost World.
Yeah.
So basically, I played probably the first game I ever like actively like consciously play was probably Mario, like way back.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Nintendo is the gateway drug.
It is now, and the Pokemon conversation kind of echoes that, right? We're all fucking stuck.
Yeah.
Next part. What's one thing that you're hoping to achieve in the next couple of years? That's actually a good question. What are you boys? I need a 5-month plan. I need a 5-year plan. I need a 10-year plan. What's the plan?
Bro, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone in 5 years. Bloody hell.
Damn. Just a couple years, like 2-3 years from now. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
What are you hoping for?
Probably I don't know, just keeping a stable relationship and
With me?
just
Yep.
yeah, well, with everybody. Let's be
Nah,
real.
just me. Just I need you. That's it.
Need some love.
Yeah, I know. I guess a stable relationship and I guess living with Carissa would be awesome too in the next couple of years. But we'll
Oh.
see how things go. As long as things keep going in a positive manner.
Mm-hmm.
Not much
What other?
else in my mind at the moment. Just tracking
Yep.
along with YouTube and Twitch. It would be nice too. But
Is there? Do you
nothing
have
special.
like a? Do you have any sort of like sub goal, view goal, sub like Twitch sub goal? Like, is there anything
Yeah,
you want to
like
kind of achieve in the next couple of years in
like
that
the
front?
I do like the whole like goal thing, but
I know because
I
I
don't know.
remember.
I do find it
I
cringe at the
remember.
same time because like
Yeah, I remember in
Hmm?
the sorry to cut you off, but I remember in the last couple eps you like mentioned like at the end of the day like the numbers don't really mean much to you. Like analytically speaking, you're just like the sub count doesn't matter. Or, like it's not like you take it like it affects you or whatever. I suppose. So like
Yeah.
on that kind of a chord, do you think that you'd want to hit like 100K in the next couple years? Would be
Oh yeah, I
probably
really want to
something?
reach 100K. 100K would be awesome. That's probably like the number one like thing I want to achieve because I mean that's just a huge milestone in and of itself, and
Yeah.
getting the recognition from YouTube from that would be awesome too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like this, at the end of the day, like the sub goal, as cool as what it is, as long as videos continue to do well, that's
Yep.
my main crux, and as long as they
Mhm.
continue to do well, I'll keep doing it. So
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna chuck it to Flame. What are you thinking next couple of years?
Within the next 2 years, I'm planning to get my first YouTube play button,
There we go.
yes, sir.
Let's
It's in.
go.
which is 100K.
He's put the gauntlet down. So we're gonna be hopefully we have GGP still going in the next
Mark
2
it
years. So
down.
we'll have to
You've heard it here first.
28th of May or 27th of May for the other guys. 2024. Flame will have 100K. That's the plan. He'll take us all with him as well when he gets 100K. We'll all be successful with him.
If these reaction Andes pop off, then
There you go.
shit, who knows?
Knight, what's your next couple of years? What are you vibing?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I think it would be cool to, I don't know, find a nice gal and
Let's go.
we kick it.
I
I think that's probably like
I do feel
the
that. I
end
feel
goal.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel that. Without a doubt. What about career-wise? Anything career-wise? Anything study-wise? Anything?
No, I don't want to go to Korea.
Yeah, great point. Great point. I'm not trying to go to
I
Korea.
mean, actually, South Korea kind
South
of.
Korea, I'll go to South Korea.
I'd love to go to.
Now, you know
I'd
what?
love to go to South Korea.
Episode 69, GGP survives North Korea. Look forward to that episode.
Battle Royale.
We'll be talking about
Going
Super
on the
Tandem
battle
Law
bus.
while we're like. But yeah, like, is there anything like in that kind of front that you're like looking towards?
Just like I'm gonna be finishing up school in August, so
Nice.
hopefully with my degree and stuff, I'll be able to like get just like a better job, and
Totally.
then from there, like just like good things all around. So
Mhm.
that's something to look forward to, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's like months instead of like years.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. For myself,
Yep.
I reckon career-wise, I want to be making minimum 6 figures in 2 years, no less. That's
Ooh.
and you know, I just want to have a very good career. Like I want to build a very good foundation very early on.
Mm-hmm.
I think like mental health wise, I want to, you know, just be able to be definitely a lot healthier in that front. Find happiness just in day-to-day stuff, and you really kind of be calmed down and relax and have a have a better grasp of it overall, instead of like flipping between like good and bad. Just kind of like being able to control that a lot more is probably something that I'm definitely striving for in the next couple of years without a doubt. And then I think on the GGP front, it's gonna sound like we joke about the money wise a lot, but I want to get GGP to a point where I can pay these guys at least a little bit of money every month. Like we can do that now, but like it's not significant enough. And again, like money's irrelevant at the end of the day. But I think like it would be a token of our success if we were to also have a financial income stream come from GGP as well. Just like having a podcast that also makes a bit of revenue on the side, I think would, at least for me personally, would be an incredible feat. And I think that's something that I really am striving for. And I think that right now GGP is heading in a really good direction, and people are really enjoying the non-OPTC apps as well. So I would really like to turn GGP into just a really solid, very good podcast. I think one day I would love to do a live episode with the four of us all together.
Oh yeah.
I think I think now that like hopefully things are easing up and like opportunities are approaching in terms of travel, I think that one day I would love to organize something between the four of us to be able to record a live episode together. That would be probably that's not probably in the next couple of years, but that would be like if we ended GGP in the next couple of years, that'd be like a reunion episode at some point, because I think that would be super important as well.
Okay, yeah. Honey, I would like to do your ad read, please.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I want to see Knight do a Honey ad read live. You know what? That's actually, there you go. In the next couple of years, I would love for GGP to actually get a sponsor.
Yeah.
I think that'd be super cool. That'd be super awesome, because I think that'd be like, that'd be a really good step in a fantastic direction. So I don't know how we're gonna do it, but somehow we'll figure that out, I suppose, as things come to it.
We're gonna get the GGP stew.
That's what I'm saying. It's time. Get the GGP bro. If we got G Fuel sponsorship before Todd, down bad. Todd's gonna quit. All right, that's why I'm gonna hit up G Fuel after this episode. Get the sponsorship.
That still perplexes me to this day, man.
Facts. All right.
Either way.
In your opinion, who is the best and worst superhero in the DC and Marvel universes? For Cody, its best would be Wolverine and Batman. Worst would be Cyclops and OG Aquaman.
Best and worst superheroes.
For me, I would say Spider-Man, Batman.
I was about to say Morbius. I was like, it's a chance. That was a chance, bro. You missed it.
It's Morbin time. But
all right, there you go. End the question. End the question. Next question. No, there you go. Sorry, go on though. Spider-Man.
Worse. Oh yeah, Spider-Man, Batman for best for me personally. Worse. God, I don't even know. Like, Atom Man, is that a person? I'm pretty sure that's some guy.
Yes.
Oh, there's the Atom. Link, is that?
Yeah, maybe. In DC, Gold. What Booster Gold? That's that guy's name.
What the fuck?
Booster Gold.
Who the hell is Booster Gold? What the hell?
Sounds like a JoJo stand.
It does.
What the hell?
That's crazy.
I don't know anything about that.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah, Spider-Man and Batman's a good choice, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I love Wolverine too. But yeah, worst, like...
Worst is tough. I don't know about worst. I probably couldn't answer it.
There's a lot of like average superheroes, but I can't think of anyone off the top of my head that's just straight up like, nah, this guy is absolute trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really average ones though. I like Doctor Strange too.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is pretty badass.
I would say for me, like my favorites would probably be Iron Man and Doctor Strange. Probably the two that I really like a lot. Worst, I'm not across DC enough to give like a best and worst there, but maybe worst for Marvel. I don't know. Still, I don't think there's any superhero that I absolutely despise. Maybe Black Widow. There you go. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say Black Widow.
Actually, from the DC, I'm not a big fan of Shazam.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I think Shazam is kind of lame. It's basically like Superman, but like it's just a kid.
Yeah.
Child. All right, Flame. Yeah. Here we go. Boy.
I like Batman and Thor, but I also really like the Flash. As far as the worst ones, not as in like their strength, but I don't fuck with Aquaman. I think he's
I feel
pretty
that.
whack.
Yep.
As far as Marvel, mm, I don't like fucking Vision.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Yeah.
I
He
feel that
I
too.
died
like
for us.
Ezra Miller though.
Ezra
Yikes.
Miller, bro. What's he doing in
But the
Hawaii
Flash
now?
is cool, but the recent like iterations of the Flash have
Yeah,
been so lame.
I'm talking about the stuff he's been doing like now.
Oh yeah, he's a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, how the fuck? I'm not to get into the Johnny Depp shit, man. But like,
Oh my
they're
god.
keeping Ezra. They're gonna keep Ezra Miller on for the Fantastic Beasts films because isn't he? He's. But then like Johnny Depp, no shot. Rest in peace, my guy. Anyway,
that's fucked up.
that's so fucking. Because that guy's Ezra Miller's a fucking psychopath, like straight up. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that realm. Next part. Are any of you fans of the Boys series? I've been loving it since catching up last year.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
So
So
good.
so for me, I actually haven't seen The Boys
Neither have I.
or the is it the Invincibles or Invincibles?
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen
Invincible.
that.
I haven't seen either of those. I am looking forward to checking
Mm.
both of them out.
There you
I
go.
heard that I heard that The Boys is getting a new season pretty soon.
It is.
So
Mm-hmm.
whenever
remember,
that comes out, I might check it out.
Cobb and Dill was super like they were super into it as well. I remember we talked about it like ages ago. I remember one of our episodes is titled "The Boys" actually, from way back. So I remember they were
Yeah.
into it at the time too.
It's really cool because it's like more of a realistic take on like if superheroes were a real thing, like how would the world function? And it's kind of like they're kind of like hired, like they're under like an organization and like they're like hired out pretty much, and it's all
Yeah.
about money and advertising and using the heroes for like movie films and advertisements and
Yep.
just showing behind the scenes and how gritty it is, and it's just it's more realistic, and it's just it's a lot of fun. It's really funny too. The
Yep.
characters
Yeah.
are great.
And they also
Yeah.
show like how like being a superhero isn't as glamorous as it is. Like
Right.
Mm.
they suffer through like actual like human shit. Like they have like depression or they go through like addictions and shit, which is
Yep.
Yep.
I like that aspect. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There we go. All right, and our favorite part: food questions. So as per usual, he
Yes.
puts it into the brackets. Better topping: ketchup/tomato sauce or mustard.
Ketchup.
I'm a tomato
Yeah,
sauce.
Ketchup is
ketchup
better
lad.
on
Depend-
most things.
Yeah, I
it
agree.
depends on what, but I'll just say ketchup.
I'd agree.
But
agree.
mustard's good, but I think if you say like the majority of the time you'd rather have ketchup on something than mustard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
There's really a lot of like
Yeah.
Australian like how would you call it? Like
Hmm?
petrol station food, like gas station kind of food, like pies and sausage rolls and like all
Yeah.
those kind of snags or like, you know, all that kind of stuff is straight like tomato sauce ketchup level. Like
Fact,
always. Like
fact.
very at least more consistently than others.
Yeah.
What is the hottest meal you've ever had? He said, Bubba Ray's Death Wings had to sign a medical release form. That's fucked.
Damn.
That's
Holy
actually
shit.
fucked. Imagine he died. Imagine that fucked up.
CS Ghost.
CS Ghost.
I
go
remember
for it.
when I went to what do you call it? Where I go? Bali for a vacation right before COVID hit,
Mhm.
and at one of the convenience stores there, they had one of those you know, the spicy ramen challenge.
Yeah, I've had one of those.
It was
Yep.
it was like that in the cup form, but it was double spice. I'm like, oh, I've seen that on YouTube. I'm gonna buy that. And
Idiot.
it is by far and away the hottest thing I have ever tasted. And the weird thing about it is even though it is literally killing you and it is so painful, it tastes so good.
Yeah,
And that's the hard thing. But yeah, it was so freaking hot.
I'd probably echo that. Probably not like the instant ramen one, but I think the hottest thing I've done is like there was like spicy ramen challenges or whatever. And them shits, and it's like you have to like drink all the broth too. So you're sitting there just like chugging down just pure fire. And you're like, oh dear,
Yeah.
heinous. But that's probably for me.
For me, I actually really like spicy stuff. Like I actively look for it.
Yeah.
However, this actually happened to me last week. So I went to this place in New York. It's called Dirty Taco. It's a taco place, obviously. They have
No
a
way.
like a wide a wide assortment of tacos. They have like 50 different tacos you can get. It's actually pretty
Jesus.
crazy. So I got like this spicy taco. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember I picked it up and I saw like this stray, just random red pepper. And I was just like, all right, whatever. I bit this fucking pepper. Yo, that was the hottest thing I've ever fucking bit in my life. And I knew it was that fucking pepper
Oh.
because I ordered 2 of that taco, and the next one I plucked the pepper out, and it was okay.
Oh
But
my
yeah, that
days.
fucking random red pepper, yo, that shit hit. I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Oh my
I was still able to eat it. I could have ate the other one, but I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that shit."
Not today.
Mental. About you, Knight?
For me, like Flame, I also do like spicy food, but I think the only thing that really I remember being the hottest was the time that I had kimchi. Like that was
Ah,
pretty
yeah.
crazy for
Yeah.
me.
Yep.
Hmm.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I've never tried kimchi before, but I know the Koreans love it.
Kimchi's delicious.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
We should do a GGP episode in person and do the hot ones challenge with the
Yeah.
the
All
hot
right.
sauce.
Let's go.
I'll prep some questions. I'll find some stuff out. I'll do it with you guys
Give
while
it-
I'm asking the questions, but you know,
Get my man Sean Evans up in here.
I'll just
Yeah.
give him a call real quick. No stress. No big deal, right? And lastly, what is one snack food that is specific to your area that you feel needs to be served around the world? He says all dressed chips, by far the best flavor I've ever had. A snack food.
All dressed chips. Let me look
It's
that
I
up
think
real
it's
quick.
like a Canadian like definitely, yeah, it's a Canadian like chip thing. I've heard of them before.
Oh, it's like potato chips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snack.
I don't know if I guess it doesn't technically count as a snack, but I think a food that is basically only in Australia or maybe in like the UK as well, just a meat pie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
I
the
would
world
count
needs
as a
to get on
snack.
that, to be honest.
Meat pies are crazy. Like and I'm not
Yeah.
like the biggest fan of them either, but when you get like one of those and like it just the pastry's flaky and you know like and
Fresh ones.
Yeah, 100%. Like a meat pie with some tomato sauce on it. Like
Yeah, if you go to
You're
like a
set.
bakery, like sometimes when I was a kid, we'd go
Ooh.
on like vacation and we
Ooh.
go to like a regional bakery and like they
Ooh.
make them fresh and oh, dude, it's nothing better.
Nah, meat pies are crazy. I'd agree. I'd actually echo that
Yeah.
too. What about the
Um,
American
I need to
lads?
try those.
For me, I like a lot of the basic stuff, so I'm sure most people have it. But there is a very popular bag of chips that are in New York that most people like over here. They're called Takis.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if you
Oh
guys
yeah.
Oh
have
yeah.
that. But yeah,
We don't
I
have
just
those
Are
in
they like
Australia, I
spicy?
don't think. Yeah, they're like
What are they?
spicy
Are they
chips. That's
spicy chips?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The main one's the purple bag.
So what do they taste like?
It's like a corn chip, but it's just like they're like really red. They're just like it's just spicy. That's what it tastes like.
It's
Okay.
kind of like a flaming hot,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
really.
Because I've tried Flamin' Hot Cheetos and those are so good. But
Yeah, you would probably like them then.
yeah. Nice.
Right, Unite. What's your snack?
I'd say my snack. It's kind of more like an appetizer, but like in the Midwest, mostly in Wisconsin, like cheese curds are pretty
Oh, yeah.
popular, and those things are bangers.
Yep. Pog. There you go.
There you go. Not for me though.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of cheese, to be honest.
Really?
The cheese is
Oh,
fine.
what?
I like cheese, but not to the point where like you know how people will like literally like cut cheese, put it on crackers and stuff, or like
Oh,
just
you're not into a charcuterie board? You're not a charcuterie boy?
Nah, I'm not into that kind of thing, man. Nah.
I mean, I'm into it if somebody else makes the charcuterie board. If I have to do it myself, no shot. I'm not fucking
Like
doing none of that.
usually when they do like a platter of food, like you go to like a place and they put like a platter, I'll eat like the cabana off of it, but
Yeah.
like the cheese and the other stuff is not for me.
Yeah. There you go. There we go. And as always, it's been a pleasure and a big thank you all for the birthday love, your boy Cody in Canada. Thank you, Cody, as per usual. We appreciate your
Yeah,
questions.
happy birthday, man. He had his birthday recently, so
That's right, he
shout out
did.
to him.
Shout out to Cody, and I think that shouts out our last episode forever. See you guys. I don't know why I said it like that, but that
Bye.
shouts out.
The next episode.
We're in North
We're in the-
Korea.
we're-
Episode 69. We're in North Korea, as a matter of fact. So we might be dead. So look forward to that. But as per usual, we appreciate all your love and support on the channel. If you want to support us, make sure you go hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, and you comment down below your favorite part of today's episode. Whilst you're there, if you want to support us financially, you can do so by hitting that join button. Bunch of different tiers. Thank you to all of our YouTube members once again. When you're in the description, go to our Linktree link. That is linktr.ee/goodgreatperfect. You can find all of our social media platforms on that link. Speaking of which, our Twitter at GGP Podcast. Make sure you go hit a follow on that to keep up to date with all GGP things. Like we said, YouTube community tab always stays popping, so make sure you stay up to date there. If you want to support us on the audio-only version of the podcast, you can do so by going to anchor.fm/goodgreatperfect, and you can find us on the major streaming platforms, the three main ones being Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify as well. And whilst you're in the description, go to our social media links at Flamvius, at NightmareJP, at Toski, and at Captain Papi. Go follow us. Go do all that kind of fun stuff. Go follow Knight on Twitch. He's going to start streaming. Go follow Flame. He's back in the YouTube. Go sub to Todd. You know, he's still doing his thing. And, you know, you can hang around with me on Twitter as well. With that being said, gentlemen, episode 68 in the books. I've been Captain Papi, Flame, Knight, and Todd. Thank you for listening to that episode. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.